All right, good evening. Welcome to Fantastic Dimensions. We are playing Mörk Borg. This is my third attempt at running the system. We're playing a scenario from the Dissident Whispers collection called The Church of the Forbidden Gate. So, snapping a neck is clean, painless, and puts on a great show for the peasants. Rarely does an execution go wrong. Sometimes a beheading requires 2 swings, a hang twitches for too long, or the witches char too quickly. This is the first time I have failed at my duty. Josef Berguis, the leader of the heretical faith, the Church of the Forbidden Gate, was hanged. He did die. I watched the air drain from his lungs. Nevertheless, by heathenistic gods, a body double, or a witch's work, he is back openly defying the gods. His followers grow every day, becoming bolder and more dangerous. You must do what I could not. Purge them, eradicate them from this place, Joseph and all of his converts. Bring me their heads, and I shall pay you handsomely, 20 silver pieces per convert and 100 silver pieces for Joseph's head. This is how you've been press ganged essentially into this duty for uh, your local lord in the dark and dying world of Mörk Borg. In fact, I don't think they ever named the world in the book. It's just called the Dying World. The prophecies have already begun to come true. Everyone knows that the end is coming, and just you have to face your doom with your back up and your teeth gritted, in order to make it hopefully into some kind of a decent afterlife, rather than cowering as the end approaches. So just for a bit of fun, and since there's 5 of you, I will say we're well into the apocalypse at this phase. It's been going on for years since the first prophecy came true. Shay, would you roll a d66 for me? 2 6-sided dice, and just read them as a 2-digit number for me.
B25.
25. So see, maybe I'll put this on the screen. And wait, I'll put the calendar of Necrobell up here. This is the prophecies. 25. You rolled. And glass shall become quartz. So that was the first of the prophecy dooms to actually occur, where all the glass in the world turned to quartz. That was years ago. 6 months after that, however, George, would you roll a d66 for me?
31.
At Graventosk, the soil shall grow warm, and those who rest be made to walk. Graventosk is a massive cemetery. It's like a metropolis-sized cemetery in the near. In fact, yeah, it is in Sarkash, which is a massive forest at the northern kind of edge of the world. Oops, what happened there?
Been there.
Yeah, exactly. My last scenario took place in Graventosk. So what essentially happened is all of the dead, and you'd be talking in the millions, rose and began to walk. So that was the second phase of the pending apocalypse. Another half a year or so after that, Kevin, go ahead and roll d66 for me.
Yeah, 32.
32. In the heart of Sarkash, fog and dusk shall breathe beneath the waking trees. That which was hewed by man shall now hew in its turn. So fallen trees at the edges of the forest came to life, rose, and slaughtered the kinfolk of those who had cut them down. God, things are really bad in Sarkash.
I'm so sorry.
Several months later, Neil, would you roll another d66 for me?
Certainly. And that is going to be a 12.
12. And the earth shall shake and be riven, and from the cracks shall rise a poisonous mist, and in 10 days it will shroud the world. So that would have happened just a few months ago. And a lot of people did die from this poisonous mist. Killed nearly half of the known living population of the world. And then most recently, Chris, would you roll a d66 for me?
61.
61. This was the fifth seal. So, you shall know the last day is come, the sun shall set and never rise. So, the sun has not been seen in weeks. It hasn't, it just doesn't rise anymore. You're in a constant state of dusk and night. Fantastic. Well, that was horrible for all the poor denizens of this planet. But that is where we find ourselves. And now you are being tasked for whatever reason, because this is a one shot. I'm not giving you an option to back out and go to the bar instead. For whatever reason, you have to do this for this local lord. You have to go to this church and take care of this cult and bring him back all these heads for money. Do you have any questions for him before you depart? Maybe we should actually, real quick, since sorry, we did all the character generation off recording. Maybe we should just go one more time real quick with a quick description, and I'll actually write down everybody's names this time, just so everybody gets an idea as to what your characters look like as they look at them. So let's see here. I'll start with the veterans first. Kevin, why don't you go ahead?
All right. I have Graft, the heretical priest. Likes to eat coins, jingles when he runs. Got a crucifix, a short sword, and tier 1 armor. Constantly fearing the wrath of the two-headed basilisks that hunt me.
Yeah, it's rough being a heretical priest. The price for heresy, of course, is horrible. Slow, painful death. Okay, Neil.
Yes. Prince Mogra Amenophis Nashura Theoris, but you can call me Your Grace. Claims to be one of the few surviving children of King Thasmu IX of Schleswig. His demeanor is at odds with his appearance. He is completely assured of his position in life, completely assured that he is above everybody, completely assured that everybody is in some ways profoundly stupid. His point. He's mostly tattily dressed, although he does wear a suit of rather rusty chainmail under his clothing, and he carries what he calls a mace, or his mace of office, but it's actually just a crudely carved piece of wood, the head of which is carved like a rook, a chess piece, a rook chess piece, as a kind of stylized castle. But he's obviously carved it himself with no skill whatsoever.
So he probably thinks he's in charge, being a prince and all that.
What do you mean thinks? I am in charge.
Of course.
Ah.
All right. And Chris?
I am Kilnack, the esoteric hermit.
Kilnack, what is that?
Kilnack, Quillnach.
Oh, nice.
I am starved, gaunt, and pale. I have a battle wound.
And weapons, armor, anything? What do you look like?
I've got fur armor and a crowbar.
Fur armor and crowbar, that's right. Cool. Got it. Perfect. Kilnack, the esoteric hermit. And George?
My name is Varak. I'm a fanged deserter. Now, people may call me disloyal, deranged, and just plain crazy. But I have 30 good friends, 30 of my best friends that I call my teeth. And if you'd like to meet them, I'd be glad to show you.
He's going to get on fantastically with Prince Mogra.
But I am stupid, and I know I am. I'm a little dim-witted. However, try to tell me I am to my face. I have fur armor, a little knife I keep at my side. My favorite attack is biting, but when that fails me, I have the acclaimed brown scimitar of Galgenbeck. You don't want to know what that does to you.
I don't want to know why it's brown.
Well, it was pulled from a military shit ditch, if that helps you.
That does explain it then. Yes, indeed. Fantastic. All right, Shay.
I am Brenta, the occult herb master, born of the mushroom, raised in the glade, covered in blasphemous tattoos, appropriately enough. My best friend is a skull, and I carry it everywhere with me and tell it everything because I trust no one. And I wield a femur for a weapon. And I also have a small but vicious dog.
That's right. What's your dog's name?
I call him Dog.
Dog. Fantastic. This is great because I wrote down his name and his I wrote him down as Dog. All right.
Perfect. He's not my friend, just the skull. The dog just, I don't know, it's a familiar. It won't leave me alone.
Fair enough. Oh, maybe the dog likes the skull too. Maybe not. Okay, so Brenta, the occult herb master, and her dog named Dog. Virak, the fanged berserker, or the fanged deserter, I apologize. Kilnak, the esoteric hermit. Prince Mogra, the wretched royalty. And Graft, the heretical priest. You are tasked, of course, with dealing with the Church of the Forbidden Gate. So, as anything particular you want to prepare before you go? Do you want to go straight to it? You do have a little bit of silver if you want to try to purchase anything else before you leave.
I'm ready to get
I'm
on with
just, maybe like once a minute, just grabbing another silver from my pouch and dropping it into my mouth.
Oh, no.
I'm not ready to spend this.
Indeed. So as Graft is swallowing his silver, fantastic. Nobody wants to shop. That's good. We go straight to it. I will change this over now. I'm gonna take these things down for the moment because, yeah, I don't feel like they're entirely needed. This is a little bit better now. You can kind of see you're approaching. If you look at the screen from the left side, you see the crucifixes ahead of you in front of the gate. As you approach this church, again, as we said, it is dark of night. There is some light coming from inside the church. There is also some light coming from both of the buildings, which you can see kind of back behind the church as well. However, as you approach these crucifixes out front, there are 4 people there. They're all, well, sorry, I should say there are 3 people there crucified. One of the crosses, just you see like some kind of bones, and there's still some flesh and muscle attached to it as well. But it looks like the poor wretch, eventually when he could no longer hold himself up, eventually the weight just ripped him right out of his arms, and you can see his corpse lying there, rotting at the base of his cross. The other 3 guys all seem to be alive. And as you walk up, they are begging you, please, please help us.
better off you die now.
Yeah, Graft is just not brandishing his short sword, but the crucifix, just weary of speaking people on crucifixes.
Please, is there no mercy amongst you?
I say, Varric, old chap, I wonder if you could put your particular skill set to use and maybe dispatch them with some rapidity. After all, it's 3 heads before we've even started, isn't it?
That sounds wonderful. Thank you. And I go at it.
Nice. Yeah, do you use your sword, I presume, since you're taking heads?
I'm using the brown scimitar of Galgenbeck to lop heads
Fantastic.
off.
Yeah, you can lop the head off of the corpse on the ground as well if you want. It's kind of fairly more rotten than the others, but you might get away with it.
The more the merrier.
Fantastic. So Varrock goes about, murders all 3 of the crucified men. They all only had a few hit points left anyway. They were pretty poor shape, and then also takes the head off of the decaying corpse on the ground. He's in the early stages of decay. I mean, rigor mortis is by far set in, but yeah, it's not too bad. Might not be, maybe not fresh enough for eating, but fresh enough for bounties. Yeah. Fantastic. That was gruesome and quite expeditiously done. Ahead of you, you see. Oh, actually, hold on a second. Let me double check something here. Yeah, okay, cool. I just want to see if there was anything that they had on them. If they had any. No, they were just all out here for their sins, so they didn't have any items or anything of interest to you. Now, the next thing you approach is the shattered gate. My sorry, my PDF is being a pain in the ass on me here. There we go. This is one of the problems with using electronics. A shattered gate plastered with centuries of viscera. Slivers of ironwood embed the ground like a doormat. Beyond the shattered gate, you can see 2 creatures prowling, appearing to gorge on corpses of some sort. Corpses in dark clothing, it looks like. They do not seem to be aware of you yet, but you feel like if you approach the gate, they could be. If you
Can I have we established that this is in fact the lair of this particular cult that we're
oh yes,
approaching?
you can see the church right beyond the gate, and you can see. I'm just going to assume, for simplicity's sake, you can see there's a big tree out behind it, a big old dead tree, and a couple of other buildings out behind it there.
Does anybody have information on these rather unpleasant quadrupeds? What manner of beast are they?
I'm just standing back and I'll yell up. They seem to be guards. Don't really know how alert they are.
All I see is I'm eating corpses, and I have a bow and arrow on me.
Give me a presence test there, Varric.
I rolled a 10.
You rolled a 10. And what's your presence?
0 modifier.
Okay, gotcha. So as he's kind of shouting this out, they seem to prick up their heads and look around, and they kind of stand up on 2 legs, and you realize they are humanoid. In fact, they look kind of ghoulish almost. Did you guys ever play The Witcher? They kind of remind me of those things. I
A
can't
little
think of what
bit.
the hell they were called. You'd always see them in the graveyards, the battlefields and stuff, picking at the dead. They're kind of Gollum-esque, but they're tall and lanky and horrible looking. Can't remember what the fuck they were called. Anyway,
I mean, they're basically ghouls.
yeah, more or less. Anyway, they've heard Varric's voice for sure, and they're now coming in your direction. As
Well,
such,
I'm going to put my money where my mouth's at and shoot an arrow if I can.
indeed. I tell you what. You know what? I will just let you shoot one because you have a bow. You were ready to go. It only seems fair. So you can go ahead and make a ranged attack. So that's a presence roll. The DR to hit these guys is only, yeah, it's only 10. How'd you do in your presence, George? Uh-oh.
Oh, sorry, I forgot to press my button. I rolled
It
a
happens.
17.
Okay, brilliant. Yeah, you definitely hit one with your bow. So you roll your d6 damage. Oh, they do actually have armor. I'll roll their armor, or his armor. Rolled a 2.
4.
So you do 2 points of damage to him. Okay, you hit one of them. They keep coming. What's their hit points? Yeah, okay, cool. Got it. And now we'll roll initiative. Since you had a bow in your hand, it made sense you get to shoot before we start rolling initiative. Does anybody else have a ranged weapon that wanted to do something perhaps before we get into initiative?
Nope.
Okay, good. Just want to double check. Shay, would you please roll a d6 for us? This is a kind of a party-based roll. This is for your initiative. I'll put the primer back up again. I'll put the omens back up again too in case you want to use them. Would you roll?
That would be a 5.
5. So player characters get to go first. And to keep this easy on me, instead of having everybody roll individual initiatives and determining who goes first in that order, which is nice for simulation, but it's awfully tedious on the bookkeeping. I'm just going to look at my screen and go from top to bottom. So I'm going to let you go first, Shay. You get to act as these 2 bone pickers are rushing into your group. They haven't engaged anyone yet in particular because they haven't acted. So you can do whatever you like, including giving your dog commands.
Which I certainly will. I say, fetch, dog.
Okay, so your
And
dog
he
is going to
runs in
engage.
to get him.
Why don't you go ahead and roll for me there for him? It's going to be a D20. Does your dog have any stats? Did you say for combat, if I recall correctly? Does he have anything like
Bite D4.
Okay. Yep. Would you roll into D20?
20.
A 20? Okay, that's a critical hit. So a critical hit on an attack does double damage, and it also reduces their armor by 1 tier. So it's going to destroy his armor since he only has a tier 1 armor. And it's going to do double damage. So roll a D4, and we'll multiply your result by 2.
That would be an 8.
Wow.
He's quite
So
vicious.
your dog runs up, and this isn't even the one that's shot. He runs up and charges the other one, tackles it to the ground, and almost removes its head from its shoulders within seconds. He starts just tearing at it, viscera and gore everywhere. That one is dead.
Good
The other
boy.
one still remains. So we will go to Varek. Oh, sorry, not Varek. Sorry, it's Neil. You are Mogra. Mogra, you're next on my screen. Sorry.
Yep. His Grace Prince Mogra walks back towards the crucified victims. If he can't find a limb laying conveniently on the ground, he'll just sort of grab hold of the leg of the one that had partially fallen to bits and just rip it off.
Fantastic.
So he's holding the leg. And then he'll turn around because he's seen Brenta do this with Dog. And he starts waving it backwards and forwards, saying, "Here, boy, here, here."
Okay. Fantastic. The dog ignores you and continues worrying away at its prey at the moment because it only obeys.
I was trying to lure the other ghoulie type thing, but
Oh, the bone picker, you mean? I'm sorry. Okay, yeah, sure. You get his attention, I think. Let's make it fun. Make it a presence roll. What's your presence? Probably have a pretty good presence as a wretched royalty, don't you?
I say pretty good. It's actually it's +1. So
Oh, that's good. That's better than 0.
Well, in total that will be a 2.
A 2. Okay. He's tempted. He's tempted. He may attack. He may attack you. He may attack you. Next is then Varek. Varek, your turn.
Oh, I just can't resist. My friends are going to help, and I'm going to go in for a bite on the dog or the ghoul. That's wounded. I want to finish.
Okay, you're not going to bite the dog. You're going to bite the ghoul. You can bite the dog if you
Yeah,
want.
sorry.
He might bite back.
No, he's a good boy. We're not messing with him.
All right.
So what do I roll here? Just to let's see.
So for roll your d6 to see if he gets a free attack.
I rolled a 1.
He does get a free attack. But you can also make your bite attack. So you're going to roll a d20. This is a melee attack, so it's modified by strength.
Okay, I don't have any modifier on strength, but my bite attack says DR 10 to attack.
Yeah, that
Does
means you
I have
need
to
a
roll?
10 to hit instead of a 12. Normally you would need a 12.
I rolled a 17.
You definitely hit. And I'll see if he hit on his. Oh, sorry, I don't roll for. I forgot. Also, please roll a defense. You're in tier 1
Which
armor,
is
right? So your defense
yes.
isn't compromised in any way. So you just need a 12 or better to hit.
I got an 8.
You got an 8. Let me double check his stats real quick. Yep, it was a DR12. You rolled an 8, so he hits you as well. So you bite into him, but he also hits you. What is he hitting with? It just his claws. Yeah. Where's his damage? Well, that's interesting. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yep. He's clawing at you with his bony fingers. So what's your damage on your weapon then?
Okay,
Oh, yeah. Also, your weapon has a special effect, right?
I actually used my bite, so I rolled 3
Oh, yeah.
damage.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So you bit him for 3 damage. Now I rolled a 2 on his armor. So you get in, you get a little bit of a bite, take a point away from him. But his kind of bony, like protrusions and stuff, and his thick flesh, thick, almost like desiccated like flesh. It's difficult. You don't get as meaty of a bite as you normally like. It's just a teaser, unfortunately, Varric. So after Varric then is going to be Graft. No, not Graft. Sorry, Chris is playing Kilnock. Kilnock.
I'm just going to ready the crowbar and wade in and try and hit this ghoul that's still living.
Yeah, it's currently engaged with Varric, but you can definitely hit it. So go for it. Roll an attack roll.
Modified by strength.
Yes, you're attacking with crowbar. It's a melee attack.
That would be 0.
Oh, what did you roll?
I rolled a 3.
Oh, and you have a -3 strength?
I have a -3 strength.
Holy crap. Wow. Okay. Yeah, you flail weakly at his back, but you don't hit anything significant, unfortunately. I thought maybe for a minute that you might have rolled a 1. That could have been bad. But now it's Graft's
Got
turn.
omens.
That's true. But yeah, he didn't fumble anyways. Okay. It's your turn, Graft. What would you like to do? So this thing is currently being bitten by the Fang Deserter who's engaged with it. And of course you see Kilnock behind it, flailing weakly with his crowbar.
Yeah, nobody's really been hurt in this engagement as far as the party.
Oh, actually, sorry, hold on a second. You did get hit, George. We didn't resolve that, did we? By the claws?
We did not. How much damage?
Roll your armor.
So in rolling my armor, am I just rolling a d20 against something? Or,
No. You have like, what's your armor? Tier 1, right? You have like
Tier
fur
1.
armor or something? Yeah. It's a D2. So roll a D2.
Okay, got it. 1.
And I rolled 1 for his damage, so it actually didn't do any damage. Just scraped against your
Wonderful.
armor.
Little shitty bony claw.
Yeah, it just scraped against the fur or hide of your armor and didn't get through. So there we go.
All right.
Thanks for reminding
Seeing
me.
that
So nobody's hurt.
the party hasn't really been hurt very badly. Graft is really just sitting back and nervously eating coins. He's not gonna rush in. He's like, okay, they got it handled. I'm just gonna like try to keep an eye out, like maybe look back at the bodies that were just beheaded and make sure they're not moving.
This reminds me of a classic D&D wizard move, right? Like, I'll just stand back here with my little dagger and not do anything, not throw myself in harm's way. Fair enough.
Yeah, but I'm gonna make sure I survey the battlefield, make sure that there's no other threats that are approaching.
So finally, the bone picker gets to make his attack, and since he's currently engaged directly with Virak, and he's not concerned with kill knock at his back at the moment. He's going to attack you, Virak. So go ahead and roll your defense again. So it's an agility-based roll. Your target number is 12.
Okay, I rolled an 18, but I have a -1 in my agility,
Still,
so
that's
17.
fine. You still successfully defended the first attack. He gets 2 attacks a round, so roll again.
I rolled a 12 -1, 11.
That one hits. So he hits you with the second one. So roll your armor again, please, and I'll roll his attack. Oh, this time
1.
I did better. I rolled a 4, so you take 3 points of damage. This time, his crappy little
Ow!
bony claws cut through and take a chunk of flesh out of your
That hurt.
midsection somewhere. Talk shit, you know? That's what happens
Talk
here.
shit, eat shit.
I tell you what, I'll let you roll initiative this round. Go ahead and roll d6. See who goes first.
I rolled a 1.
Since you were the first one bloodied. A 1 of the player characters, I should say. Okay, so enemies begin. So he gets to attack again. Well, yeah, he's going to make another 2 attacks on you probably. So yeah, go ahead and roll your agility roll twice more.
16.
That's a successful defense. And the second one?
And 16 again.
Perfect. So that time, he doesn't get through at all. So he made a total of 4 attacks on you and only got through with the 1, in fairness. And then it goes over to, as I like to say, the good guy's turn. So we'll go again back to Brenta. So your dog is just kind of doing what he does now. He's got a corpse there basically, but he's still tearing away at it until you tell him to do something different.
I'm going to go ahead and send him on over to another one.
Okay, yeah, there's only the one left, so yeah, he can jump in there easily. Go ahead and make an attack roll for him. The DR is only 10 actually, because these things are fast. They attack twice around, I should say, which opens them up to more attacks. So they're like attack focused instead of defense focused. How'd you do?
So that one was a 10.
A 10. That's exactly what dog needed. Roll damage, please. And I will roll armor.
And that was a 1.
And I have a 1. So, okay, he gets up at the back and he bites in, but then he quickly comes off and he just pulled away a piece of almost like exoskeletal kind of material. Something was really gross.
Just grabbing a snack, really.
Give a dog a bone, eh? Yeah, so you've directed your dog to attack him. Is there anything else that you want to be doing while you're directing your dog to attack? Do you have anything you want
I
to be
comfort
preparing
my
in the background?
skull.
Okay.
There. It's okay. We'll be fine.
Is it a female skull or a male skull? I don't know if you can tell necessarily that easily, but you know.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
I guess it depends on if you knew them when they were living.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Fair enough. And undisclosed. Next is Neil Mogra, Prince Mogra.
His Grace Prince Mogra has the usual look of a combination of fear and profound disgust at watching Verak do what he does. And he sort of stops, looks at this kind of melee that's going on in front of him, looks at the sort of chunk of rotting flesh that he's holding, and if he could feel embarrassment, he would be mortified right now, but he quietly just drops the leg behind him as if he was nothing. Nice. And waits for Verak to finish what he does so well.
Fantastic. Well, that makes it your turn, Verak.
Well, before I take my turn, Graf, quit eating that damn silver and get in the battle. And I'm going to bite the dog.
Not the dog, but the
whatever the hell that damn thing is.
It's a bone picker.
I'm a little discombobulated right now. I'm getting beat the shit out by a dog. So I rolled a 3. You see?
Oh, unfortunate.
I will spend an omen to allow him to re-roll that.
There you go. You can re-roll.
That makes sense. Thank you. 14.
There you go. It's a hit. So roll your damage. I'll roll his armor.
You're welcome.
5 points of damage. Well, I rolled a 5 anyway.
All right. You want to describe how you finish him off?
I look disgusted how I can't take out this dog, and in a fit of anger, I just bite deep into his neck with my 30 friends and just tear at the bone and meat as deep as it will go.
Excellent. So he turns the guy into basically a Pez dispenser with one bite, and
Awesome.
the bone picker dies, gurgling. They smell kind of they smell of the grave and rot because they feed off the dead. It's pretty gross. I wouldn't eat it, but hey, Virec's got to do Virec. And now that the bone pickers are dead, you can see the church
Actually,
itself. The heavy doors are closed. Inside, you can hear several voices, it sounds like. What's the word that they say? Proselytizing, maybe, in some kind of religious fervor. You also hear a weird pulsing sound. A pulsing sound that might not sound so weird to you or I today, right? Because we live in a world where people have bass, stereos and things of that sort. But in a world where such things don't exist, it's this weird, bassy, rhythmic, pulsing almost sound. So you have no idea what that's coming from. Maybe some kind of machinery, I suppose. If the machinery would exist. So yeah.
I'd like to walk up to Varric and hand him one of my doses of life elixir and tell him, just don't underestimate my ability to contribute to our success here.
I take
So
it
you
as
get to roll a d6 for HP.
6, which is way more than I needed. So I'll go back to the 7.
Whoop, I can't hear you. Say it again.
I rolled a 6, which I'm assuming is way more than I needed. I was down 3 hit points.
Yeah, so you're back to full.
So Graph, I'll give Graph. I usually don't do this because I think the world's going to end very soon anyway. So I toss him a silver coin.
I eat it instantly.
Fantastic. Scooby snacks. So you can see that there's other bodies around here. The bone pickers were picking at. They look like, in fact, they're all missing their arms. So you assume they were previously crucified individuals who were then later thrown out here, maybe for the bone pickers to eat. I suppose it's kind of appropriate you calling them dogs. They kind of are treated at least like dogs, even though they're humanoid. Roll a what die is it? Is it D6? Yeah, roll a D6 for me there. Let's see who I have roll. Chris, why don't you roll for me?
5.
5. So as you're standing here, kind of looking around, assessing the situation, hearing the sounds coming from inside the church, you realize that one of the buildings in back, the one that's closest to the tree, must be occupied because you hear the sound of a door closing, and then you see 3 men, actually 2 men and a woman, walking around from basically they're coming around from the opposite side of the building from where you are, and they're making their way towards the church. And you also hear sounds when the door is briefly open. You hear sounds of other voices inside there. So it sounds like there's probably several people in that building out back there. Oh, I'm sorry. I still have all this shit blocking the screen. Now you can see the buildings. I forgot. My bad.
Are they going to see us? They go in the front door of the church.
If they go to the front door, yes, they will see you because they'll have to walk around. You're right in front of the front door, basically.
Yeah.
I would like. Can we see which? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Prince. Your Royal Highness. I'm very sorry.
Oh no, your grace is entirely sufficient, young man. Do these double doors? They're shut. Do they? Is there any way of blocking them? Of sealing them shut? Obviously, like, do they open inwards, and so can we place some of the wood from the crucifixes or the crosses or whatever to kind of lean them against it to prevent them opening, or do they open inwards? In which case we're screwed.
It looks like they open inwards.
Of course they do.
I'm sorry. I'm not
Have
sorry.
the doors got handles?
Yeah.
Would it be possible to slide one of the crucifixes through the handles?
Oh, I see what you mean. Try to put something through to try to barricade it. Yeah. Well, one of the crucifixes, those might be too big, but you could.
I think my
I'm down to
mace
help.
might.
Oh wait, I mean, sorry, like your own personal crucifixes, or I'm thinking of the crucifixes that they.
No, the big one's out front.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking
I don't know
big
if they'd
ones.
fit through the handles. They're probably too big for that, but you could definitely cut away a piece or something if you wanted to.
I think my mace might
Plus you have
just about
the
fit.
ruined gate behind you as well. It's all smashed up. There's plenty of wood around. You can definitely grab a piece of wood and jam through there. And those other people are getting closer. They're now like past the tree. And it looks like from their trajectory that they're heading towards the back of the church, that they're not coming around front where you are.
This is what I think, guys. If we're getting paid 20 pieces of silver per head, we should nail them while they're outside before they get indoors. I mean, I'm assuming this bassy sound came from inside, so they're probably occupied with some kind of noise. And I know personally, I'd like to attack these sons of bitches while they're outside.
But maybe patience, and once they're all inside, we just burn the building down.
Do skulls count versus 20 silver pieces?
It said 20 silver pieces a head. A skull is just a head without the meat. Right?
I like that idea.
Although that does allow for plenty of opportunity to cheat, but what the fuck? Times are tough. Maybe the guy knows how many are there anyway, approximately. You never asked him, but if you show up with like 300 skulls, he might be like, okay, come on now.
Just a suggestion.
There was only supposed to be 85 of them. No, just kidding. I don't know. So what do you want to do? These people are now halfway between the tree and the church. And
So as a
where
holding
you have to
action,
walk around to even kind of keep eye on them. You can still hear them kind of conversing quietly, but
I mean, if there's a back door and they go in it, we're fine. If there's not a back door, they have to come around the front, and I'd rather have just them to deal with. So I'm going to slide my cudgel, my mace, the handle through the door handles,
and you hear
hoping that it will.
The sounds get a bit louder, the proselytizing and the thump, 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 whatever that fucking bassy sound is coming from inside, as you presume a back door is opened, and then moments later closed, and it resumes to its muffled sound again.
So
If we're
they're
gonna
in.
burn the place down, then maybe we lock the back door too. Somebody sneak back there and lock it up.
Not bad, but I don't think that sounds very fun.
Well, okay, and I'll pull my bomb out of my my waist.
Can we get close to these doors and maybe seek out a crevice or something to just find a way to stealthily look inside?
Like look through the keyhole.
How about that?
Yeah, it's a classic.
Barack,
I'm good with the tropes.
okay, well, I'm putting my eyeball right against that keyhole.
And you can't see anything. It seems like there's something blocking it.
Is there a window anywhere that's maybe doesn't have a curtain?
There is not. The windows are all. It doesn't really show the windows on here. They're more the stained glass type, you know.
We can always try the back door.
You could try opening the front door and just peeking inside too, if anybody's stealthy. I don't know. Nobody rolled a gutterborn scum, right? I think you guys rolled all the classes except that.
Pretty
How,
much.
how does stealth work mechanically in here? What would you have us do? Roll against agility or something like that, or?
Yeah. If it was required, if I felt like you needed to make a roll, agility would seem the most appropriate.
I mean, I think I'd like to crack the door open. If the rest of the crew doesn't want to chop my head off for it, I'd love to open the door a crack and see what's inside.
Sure. So as you go and try to open the door a bit, heavy resistance. It's not budging. Do you want to push harder?
Was that the front door? I
Yeah,
think
it's
we're
the
at the front door.
the big double heavy.
I want to
front
go
doors.
around back and first of all see if there's a keyhole there, and if that doesn't work out, try that door.
Yep, there's a keyhole at the back door. You look in through
Yeah,
there.
I'll creep around with Varric to the back.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of which, as you go around the back, you would notice also that you get a glimpse. Anyway, you know, I told you if we're looking at my screen, right, the middle building, the one closest to the tree, there's obviously you think people in there because you heard voices and stuff when the other three guys left, or two guys and a gal, I said, and walked up to the church. So you know there must be some people in there, and you think there must be somebody in the other building too because you notice it looks like there are guards posted at the door of the furthest building. They just seem to be kind of lazily posted. They're not patrolling or anything, just leaning up against the door. So you could definitely get a notice of them as you walk around to the back of the church. So the only people you can see are those two guards, but at least until you peep through this keyhole.
Okay, well, if we can get around the back without the guard seeing us through whatever means necessary, and that's the attempt anyway, we're going to try and then look through the keyhole.
So you look through the keyhole. You can definitely get around back there. I mean, unless you do something blatantly obvious, they're not going to take notice of you. They're just on a guard post at another building at the opposite end of the property. You know, unless you guys set the church on fire or something, they're probably going to stay over there. You know, but so Varric, you're looking through the keyhole, and you can see inside. This keyhole is not blocked. Inside, you can see now 7 people. The voices have gotten louder, shaking in religious fervor in front of this, well, we're just going to call gate. This gate seems to be built in a standing circle from charred logs. It's kind of triangular in shape, and it's pulsing red. And the humming sound that you've been hearing is obviously coming from this gate as you're looking upon this Varric. It's pretty terrifying. You know, it's obviously some kind of crazy magic, you know, dimensional door. Maybe it's a gate to hell. You have no idea what the hell it goes to. You can't see anything through it. It's just pulsing light. It almost looks like fire itself. Also, as you're looking at it, it looks like all those logs that form the gate seem to be covered in melted flesh. Which is nice, you know. One of the amenities, I suppose, of being in the cult, you know. And there's 7 people in there anyway now, mixture of men and women, seemingly like praying or some bullshit. It looks, I mean, it's crazy level shit. You know, you're talking like full on evangelical, you know, mega church people throwing themselves around like idiots.
So I report this back to my
Hooting and
crew
hollering.
here and let them know
Yeah,
what I
what
see.
do you see?
Yeah, so I see opportunity. I see I mean, we're gonna die anyway. I see 7 cultists in there summoning something from the depths of hell.
And I show Varric the bomb that I have, and I say, let's light this candle, kick that door open, and let's go.
Anybody oppose?
Brenta's just talking to her head and says, "Oh, you've been there. Was it nice?" Talking to hell.
I think her friend came from your last scenario that you just ran. I forget what that was. That pit of bones.
Oh, the charnel pit. Maybe so. All right. So is that what you can do? You can kick the door open?
Well, I think before we do that, I think somebody, and I'd be glad to be the person to do this, needs to attack those guards because they're going to come from our behind, and
You're going to deal
I
with
mean,
the
I like the
guards
plan.
instead before
Yeah.
you deal with these people, the church? Yeah.
I'd like to. If anyone else wants to do it,
Okay.
just carry on with that. Yeah.
You think these guys are gonna be distracted long enough, or what they're gonna do is gonna happen soon? The chanters.
It's a good question.
I think we just do it.
Why don't you roll a d6 for me, Kevin?
All right. I got a 5.
A 5. Okay. You hear the sounds of voices get louder again from the building by the tree, as it sounds like somebody else is now leaving that building.
We got more company.
So let's toss the bomb in there like you proposed, and then just race towards the back there and just take on whatever's coming.
Oh,
Okay. So you start running towards the back to engage whoever's coming around from the other building, which I'm going to call the convent because that's what it is. There's a
yeah.
church,
After I toss the bomb
convent,
into the church, yeah.
and the other building is, I love the name of the third building. It's the Lamentarium. Lamentarium, that's a fantastic name. So 4 more converts come around the side of the convent as you prepare to just charge and engage them. We will roll initiative. They're definitely probably kind of a little bit taken aback, but in fact, let me double check here. No, in fact, we won't roll initiative. You guys will get to go first. We won't roll initiative until the second round, perhaps, because they're actually peaceful. They don't. Even when you come running out and running at them, they don't necessarily even look very shocked. They're kind of placid, and they make no kind of aggressive move or anything towards you. Almost not even taking notice of you until you actually attack. So, who's first? I'm guessing probably dog is probably the fastest anyway. So, did you sick dog on these people as well, Brenta? What order did you
I
give him?
turn to Skull first, and I say, "What do you think?" No, yes, I definitely agree. And then I send Dog.
Nice. So dog will get the first attack. There are 4 of these people. 4 converts. I'll write this down here. So dog gets to make an attack roll. Call them cons for short.
12.
A 12. Okay. Yeah, that's definitely going to hit. So his damage, please. Do they have any armor? Converts? No, they shouldn't. I didn't think so. Good.
And a
Perfect.
1.
A 1. Okay, did 1 point of damage to him. There are 4 of these here, so I will just write this here. Here's their hit points. Okay. So he runs up and grabs hold of like the arm of one of them, maybe, or the hand or something. He starts worrying away at that. What about yourself? Is there anything else that you want to do in the round, Brenta? Maybe.
Skull and I will act in self-preservation and stand at a distance.
Is your skull's name Skull?
Of course.
I thought so. Yeah. Dog and Skull. Perfect. Perfect. Excellent. Next then is going to be Prince Mogra.
Whilst the back door was being checked, I went and found some more sturdy wood, and used that to seal the front door as best I can.
You mean the back door?
Sorry, no, the front door, because you remember we stayed at the front whilst Varric and that chap went around
yeah,
the back.
front door. Yeah, okay, cool. So Gotcha. Doing
Yep.
the wood slots through the door handle thing we were talking about?
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
perfect.
If only so I can retrieve my mace. And then, since we've all decided to go around, take out these guards and the rest of it around the back, go around to the back door. If the back door is sealable in the same way,
It is not. It is not a big double door like that. It's just a single door.
again, opening
It has
inwards,
a keyhole.
which he could see through, which means the key wasn't on the other side, so we don't know where it is. In which case, I am going to.
Oh, and this door does open in as well.
Okay, in that case, I'm just going to grab the handle of the door and just kind of pull it so that nobody can easily come out behind us.
Excellent, no problem. And also, while you're doing so, you can probably listen and hear what kind of reactions come from inside the church as the melee continues. It's fantastic. Okay, Verak, whatever your name is, Verak.
Varrock would like to take out the brown scimitar of Galgenbeck and attack one of the four. Even though they're peaceful, I'd like to see them die.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, you don't have to justify to me. Hey, they're worth 20 silver pieces a head.
Natural 20.
Natural 20 is double damage. Also, by the way, the brown scimitar of what's it called? Doesn't it have a special thing that maybe we have to roll for? A special ability or something? Am I mistaken?
1 in 6 chance of wounding enemy. The wounded enemy is smitten with potent sepsis, dying in 10 minutes.
Turn towards your mic when you say that, I think, because I think you're turning away from it and I can't hear you when you do that.
So there's a 1 in 6 chance that whoever I hit with this sword is smitten potent sepsis and will die within 10 minutes.
Nice. Okay. Great. And what's your damage roll? D6 times 2.
I rolled 12.
12. That's going to be more than enough to kill him. You practically cut him in half with your shit sword. Shit scimitar. Scimitar? No, doesn't work. The brown scimitar of Galgenbeck claims another soul. And next on my list is Chris, which is Kilnock. So Kilnock, what do you wish?
I want to try and use one of my scrolls.
Ooh, okay, which one?
Metzuotl, blind your eye. And I want to try and make Vrock invisible.
Excellent. Roll a presence test. It's the first thing you have to do whenever you use a scroll.
9.
9?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a fail.
Fabulous.
I think a catastrophe only happens though. So, yep. Oh, by the way, we never did this. What's a D? Or sorry, what is your presence?
0.
Roll a D4.
1.
So you only have one power to use today. If you succeed, if you fail, the power doesn't work. You lose 1 hit point, and you become dizzy for the next hour. So you still have the power. You just are gonna be dizzy now for an hour, and you lost a hit point.
So I am at 0.
That brings you to 0 hit points. That brings you to broken.
Yes.
Did you only have 1 hit point?
Yes.
Oh wow. So at broken, you roll a D. Was it D4? D4.
That can't be good. That's a 4.
You're dead.
Fabulous. Could I use an omen on that?
Actually, good question. Hold on, omens. You could use an omen to negate the whole thing, actually. You could use the omen to re-roll the thing. Or you could use the omen. Here you go. You could use the omen to lower the test damage difficulty by 4, making a difficulty of 8 instead of 12, in which case you succeeded.
Yeah, let's do that.
So why don't you do that? So you have a momentary vision in which the spell fails and you die. But then what actually happens, what is this damn spell called again?
Metzuotl, blind your eye. It's an unclean scroll.
Metzuotl, blind your eye. Holy crap. Wow, that's a mouthful. So roll a d6 for me there, Virek.
I rolled a 1.
Really? Okay. Well, you're going to be invisible for a round, and you will attack and defend with a difficulty of 6 while invisible. And you don't become visible until somebody injures you, or of course the round passes. So
I'll look at myself wondering what the hell's going on.
Vrek goes invisible. And next is, oh, you keep turning your camera on and off. That's what happened. Okay, Kevin, you're the only one who hasn't gone yet. I think Graft.
All right.
I almost said Neil again because he's moved now back down to here. Keeps jumping around in the camera queue.
Sorry, I'll leave it there, but you just get to watch me smoking.
That's fine. I don't care.
So, Graft is just going to take it upon himself to kick the back door of the church open and throw in his bomb if the back door is not going to be kicked for him.
The back door of the church that Mogra is currently holding closed?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to try to kick the door open that he's trying to hold closed.
Okay, Mogra, are you going to stop him? Or are you going to stay in his way?
No need for that, old chappy. Here, help yourself, and I'll just let go and stand out of the way.
So you kick the
Excuse
door
me,
and
Your Grace.
It swings open dramatically. And inside, yeah, you see the gate. You see the portal. I said the gate already. You see the 7 people inside, kind of all praying around that gate. Do I actually have the? Yeah, this is the one. I'll show this to you momentarily. Just to give you an idea what it looks like inside. Bum, 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 bum.
All right.
Don't want to give away too many spoilers or anything, but yeah, you get the idea.
Right. I see the gate.
Yes, get rid of
Yeah, I'm throwing the bomb right in the middle.
Okay, cool. What is the bomb now?
It just says sealed bottle, D10 damage.
Sealed bottle, D10 damage. It's just it's a bomb that you made, right, as a priest?
It's like
it just came part of my equipment.
Oh,
yeah.
part of your equipment. Okay, gotcha. Cool. I just wanted to figure out what it was. And what's the range or anything on it? Does it say like how many people?
That's it. It says bomb, and then it's sealed up bottle to D10 damage. That's all it says. So
interesting. Okay, well,
up to your discretion.
I will improvise the whole thing, I guess. Is that in the equipment? I'm trying to find what those are called. What's it called exactly? It's just called bomb?
Yep.
Yeah, I wonder where that came from. I don't see that in the regular equipment. Awesome. Excellent. Okay. Looking at this. The gate is built in a circle, blah, 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 blah. I just want to see. Oops. What happens? This bloody Adobe Acrobat sometimes drives me nuts. Okay. So let's see what happens if you blow the gate up. Ooh. Okay, cool. So the bomb goes off. Boom! Roll your damage, D10. These are all converts. They don't have any armor.
I rolled a 1. But I'd like to spend an omen to maximize the damage.
Oh, you can do that. Yes, you can spend it to deal maximum damage. So 10 points of damage. Goes off. The bomb explodes inside the church. I imagine that probably has some kind of doing a D10 damage. Probably got some kind of shrapnel that throws out like nails and stuff like that. Just shreds all the converts inside. So that's should be keeping track of how many of these guys you killed, right? So you just killed 7 of them inside the church. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yay!
You also blow the gate apart. The all those charred logs that were forming the gate are just blown apart, and not necessarily like massive explosion blown apart, but the structure collapses and the gate crumbles, and there's like a popping sound, and the red light's gone, and there's no more pulsing hellgate inside, and everybody inside is dead.
Exactly as I planned.
Indeed. And that is the end of your turn, so then the bad guys get to go. Now, there are 3 of them remaining outside, and the other 2 guards, they're going to stay at their post. They're not going to react this time. So just the 3. Now, who is in melee? Anybody in melee with any of these guys already? Who did 1 point of damage to him?
That was me. That was
That was you.
Varrock.
Yeah, Varrock. Okay, you definitely got 1 on you. So go ahead and roll your. Oh, but you're invisible. Roll a DR6 agility test, please.
Natural 20. Tonight's my night.
Natural 20 on a defense. You get a free attack on him. So go ahead and roll attack.
15 on the attack.
That's a hit. Damage.
2 damage. And I get a 1 in 6 chance of him dying within 10 minutes if that doesn't kill him.
Yeah, okay. You can roll that too.
I rolled a 1.
Okay. Cool. So if he doesn't die here in this fight, he has 10 minutes to live.
1 more attack.
No. Just it was just 1 free attack because that was his action. But you rolled a natural 20 on your defense, so you got to make a free attack. The other 2 guys. Oh yeah, one of them will go for dog. Go ahead and roll dog's defense.
A 5.
A 5. Okay, he will hit dog. Let's see how much damage he does. Oops, next page. It's not a lot, right? What are these guys armed with? Knives? Yeah, these guys, they're all cultists, of course. Typical cultist weapon, or weaponry is a knife. Does dog have any armor? I don't think he does,
He
right?
does not.
Hmm?
No armor on dog.
Okay, dog takes 3 points of damage. Did dog get his attack this round?
Yes, I think he attacked after Varrock.
Okay, cool. Just want to make sure I didn't forget him. And then there's 1 cultist remaining. Rock is engaged in melee. Nobody else is actually engaged in melee at the moment. No. So I'll just roll randomly. Yeah, he's going to go for dog because he can't see Varrock. So dog, make another defense roll, please. Another cultist with a knife.
That'd be a 3.
Oh. Okay, so dog will take 1 more point of damage.
And that's the end of dog.
Dog's at 0. All right, so the 2 cultists gang up, jump on dog, and they stab dog to death. Oh.
Who does that to a dog?
Right? People who can't see the frickin' Uruk Hai guy in here that's swinging the brown sword of shitty death. All right, so it's the next round. Chris, why don't you roll an initiative for me? D6.
2.
2. So that means bad guys go first. Okay. So now that they've killed them, they will start going for the nearest visible targets, which are going to be Brenta and Kilnuck. So Brenta, roll a defense roll. That's going to be modified by your agility. The DR on this is 12 or 10? I think it's 12. Yes, it's 12.
13 and then plus nothing for agility.
Okay, cool. So it's still a miss. You made a successful roll. And then Chris, roll for Kilnuck's defense as the other one attacks him.
18.
18?
Yeah.
That's a successful defense. So yeah, no damage on that as well. Yep. Excellent. That's it for the bad guys. So we go to Brenta. Brenta, you saw them stab your dog to death, and now one of them is swinging a knife in your face.
A 2.
Oh, okay. That's a miss. She's just distraught with grief, I suppose. What was your weapon again? What are you swinging?
It's a femur.
A femur. You've got a skull in one hand and a femur in the other, yeah? It's fantastic. Excellent.
From 2 different people.
Okay. Mogra. Now, the door before you is open. The inside has got shrapnel and blood and gore all over it. The gate is gone. Now it's just a really sad looking ruined church. Also, you can see at the opposite side of the church that they have a bunch of like shattered wooden pews piled up against the door. That's why you couldn't see in. They've actually got the front door barricaded from inside. But they're all fucking dead now anyway. So there's still a couple of them outside. One of them looks like attacking the herb master, and the other one's attacking the esoteric hermit. You don't see any sign of Varak at the moment. And of course, Graft is right beside you.
Well, I'll close the door with a sort of soft click.
Okay.
And dear, oh dear, where has that feral beast gone? Gingerly walk up to the nearest opponent, and sort of try and maneuver myself in a tactically incompetent way so that I'm actually not in his immediate line of sight. Try and kind of go round him, but at some point I probably sort of panic and just try and hit him a bit too soon. So I'm going to go ahead and try and hit him if I may.
Grant. Which weapon are you using?
Mace.
Yeah.
Yeah. It goes on as strength, right?
Yes. Melee attack strength.
Okay, so that's 17 plus 0, so it's a hit.
Yeah, definitely hit.
And it's going to be 5 damage. I don't know whether that's modified by anything, but yeah, 5.
5
on
damage.
A d6.
This is the guy that was already wounded by Varak, and so he dies.
I wince.
Yeah. Sickening crunch of the skull. Whack. Congratulations, Coach Mogra. You just kill stole, from Varak. Whose turn it is now? Varak, you're still invisible. This is after this action, you will no longer be invisible, right?
That's correct.
Yeah.
And so I'd like to bite attack.
Excellent. Go for it. There are 2 of these poor bastards still standing.
I'm going to attack the sorriest looking son of a bitch, and I rolled a 12.
Okay. Damage?
1 point of damage. Little nibble, just to show him who's boss.
Yep, just a nip. You pierced his ear. And then it's going to be Kilnock. Kilnock, you got a guy waving a knife in your face.
I'm going to attempt to wave a crowbar in his.
Go for it.
So I rolled a 20, but I've got a -3.
It's still natural crit, natural 20, so you still get the crit effect. I'll pop that back up on the screen again real quick. There it is. So for a natural 20, you're doing double damage, and it reduces his armor by 2 if he has one, but he doesn't. So roll your damage and multiply it by 2. Oops.
4 total.
4. Nice. You give him a nice, significant bash with the crowbar anyway, and now his face is all bloodied up. He's maybe missing a couple of teeth. He's not happy about that one. He's not in a good way. And last is the priest, Graft. What do you do?
All right, so the bomb went off. The door has been closed.
Yeah, everybody inside's dead. But there's still skulls in there.
There are. Perhaps we have time to pick them up later.
Yeah.
How many of the others are left?
There are 2. One
there
of which
are 2.
Seems to have Varak suddenly has reappeared and is right on top of him as he was attacking Brenta. And then The other one is engaged with Kilnuck. And you can see Mogra standing over the corpse of the one that he just killed.
All right. I will assist Farak with my short sword.
Excellent.
This is
Poor Kilnuck.
strength.
Nobody cares about the hermit. Go for it. Yep.
Nat 20.
Nice. Double damage.
All right. That's only a D4. Let's. So it's gonna be 2 double to 4.
Okay.
I just want to say that while he's doing this, I see him coming to this guy, and I'm holding his arms. I'm pinning his arms back for him.
Right. Very good. What was the weapon again? Sorry. It's
Sword.
Sword. Yeah.
Short sword.
Short sword. Yep. Cool. So you stab him real good. He's bleeding heavily. He's on 1 hit point. He's almost done. But that's the end of your turns. The bad guys went first, so that makes it the end of the round. Yeah, so we go to the top of the order. I'm going to do them. They've lost half of their number, plus you just blew up the inside of the church, so they actually lost more than half their number. Do a morale check real quick. So if I roll equal to or over, they break. Yep. Okay. Let's see if they surrender or run away. They throw themselves at your feet, begging for, please, please, no, spare our lives.
We need heads. So if I can,
one of them says, spare me, and I'll tell you where the treasure is. A king's ransom it is. At which point the other one looks at him with wide eyes and goes to attack him.
well, I'll chop that guy's head off.
Okay, roll d6 to see if you go before he attacks him or not.
6.
Okay, you do. Roll your attack.
7.
A 7? You swing and miss. Anybody else want to interject?
I would like to actually spend another omen for Farak.
Okay.
To re-roll. I got 1 left.
What'd you roll? It doesn't look good.
6.
Shame.
Well, I tried.
Okay. Anybody else want to take an action before this guy attacks the cultist who is going to divulge the location of the treasure?
Sure, why not?
Go for it there, Kilnuck.
Nope.
So, crowbar ready?
Yeah, no. 2.
Oh, no. Okay.
If I'm too far away to reach this situation, I'll spend the omen point for a reroll there.
Where were you? No, you're not too far away. You can engage yourself if you wish.
Okay. Yep. I'll do that.
Go for it.
The cascade of omens. Okay. 14.
Nice. Okay. You don't even have to roll damage because he only had 1 hit point left. So go ahead and tell me how you dispatch this guy.
It's very similar, unfortunately. Large, heavy piece of ironwood in the shape of a rook, with very sharp corners of the crenellations of the tower. Basically, just cave the back of his skull in, shatter it entirely.
Just like the other one, right up behind him while he's fighting with somebody else. Smack him in the head, and he's down. Not the most honorable or glorious of killings, but efficient nonetheless.
Honor and glorious
the other one says, "Oh, thank God! I'll tell you where it is. You have to go down into the pit of earthly gluttony. Go down there. If you go to the back, there's a cave, and then you'll find some stone stairs. They lead up to where the treasure is kept."
Well, I'll tell you what, old chap. You go down there, since you obviously know the way, and you bring it up for us. There's a good fellow.
Oh, no. I'm not going down there.
Hearing the gluttony graft is just kind of like prancing toward the opening because he's hedonistic. He says, "Gluttony, I'm all for that."
Nice. Why don't we go ahead and take a bio break? Yeah. I'll switch over to a
Cool.
break screen. I'm on the wireless headset, so if anybody wants to ask any questions or talk, I'm here. But I am going to take advantage of this opportunity to take a nicotine break.
While we're still vaguely about, I've got another 3 omens.
Yeah.
No, just so everybody knows.
Okay, cool. You have 3 omens left. That's cool.
I know that,
I think
that
Kevin,
Graf has been spending them.
if I
Yeah, use them or lose them.
if I'm counting correctly, Kevin has 2 left, right?
Actually, I only have 1 left.
Only
I
1.
spent 2 on Varrock and 1 for myself.
Oh yes, yes.
So I got some really rubbish ability scores.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess so.
I got 2 -3s,
Oh my god.
a -1, and a 0.
Wow, you really did get screwed. Woo.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the only saving grace was that I did get the 4 omens, so
Right. Fair enough. Well, like I said, you could have re-rolled, but that's fair.
that's not nearly as much fun though, is it?
Yeah, true. Very true. All right, smoke. Oh, my ass has been sitting in that chair for too long.
This is George. How you doing?
Good. What's up, George?
You know, I never got your name.
My name
I just
Ian.
Ian.
Yeah.
All right, Ian. Can you explain the morale check to me? That's a pretty cool mechanic.
Bad guy enemies have a morale rating, and at certain events can key a morale check. So, for example, if they lose half of their number, I think is one of the potential. Well, like once they reach like 50% of their starting number, they can make a morale check if the game master feels it's appropriate anyway. If their leader is killed, is another example. And different monsters might have different things that can trigger a morale check. Like a monster that's afraid of fire and you come waving a torch in its face, it might have to make a morale check or else run away.
Cool.
If I recall correctly, then so what you do is you roll 2d6, and you want to roll. Well, you compare that to the morale score. If you roll a number equal
You roll
to
over
or,
the creature's morale.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's over. It's not equal to, right? It's over. You roll
Yep.
a number higher than the morale, then they surrender or run away. It's like a 50-50 chance, one or the other.
Okay, cool.
Now, a lot of monsters also will have like no morale rating. They're just mindless. They don't think about their own self-perseverance.
Yeah, definitely. I like the mechanic that we're doing basically all the attack rolls. Yeah, it's pretty cool. The defense rolls for the monsters.
Yeah,
I'm
it takes some
assuming
getting used to.
you don't roll anything. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I roll like their damage and stuff, and yeah.
It's I think it's lifted from Symbaroum, isn't it? I think.
No, I don't know. It's not the first. I mean, there's
Yeah,
systems
yeah.
that have done that over the years. I mean, Numenera does that too.
Mm.
Yeah, monster of the week. The DM doesn't make any rolls.
Yeah, same with Numenera. I don't like that
Just
myself.
focus on storytelling.
I'm not really into that. I like to roll some dice too. Damn it.
Yeah, why did we buy them?
But that said, I got other things I can roll dice for. It's taking a little bit of getting used to, but I'm starting to kind of get there, I think. Because I liked Simbaroom, and Simbaroom does the same. In fact, if I recall correctly, I think Simbaroom's another game where the game master doesn't necessarily have to roll any dice. Can't remember.
No, because all damages for NPCs and monsters is just taken as an average. So if they do D8 damage, they will always do 4 damage.
Gotcha. Well,
What's this game called?
Simbaroom.
Simbaroom?
In fact, it is at least distributed by the same people as Mörk Borg. And it's from Sweden as well. Just like Mörk Borg. Swedes are killing it on the RPG game lately.
Yeah, except for fucking the One Ring. They're keeping that ridiculous, original, stupidly complex combat mechanic with stances and positions and yada
I
yada
haven't been
yada.
paying
It's
any
like, oh, for
attention to that,
fuck's
so I
sake.
have no idea.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's
It's like,
pretty big, isn't it? Yeah.
So you thought, well, you've got this fucking Year Zero engine. Tolkien stuff can be, can be squeezed into some interestingly different rule sets. I mean, I think the 5e adaptation of the Lord of the Rings is actually not that bad.
Blasphemy.
And yet they go ahead and keep this clunky mechanic from the original. I don't know why they're doing it.
I have no idea, but I never cared for the One Ring anyway, and I don't like role playing in Middle Earth, so it's a non-runner in my book. Me personally, I've just never really been able to get into it.
Yeah,
I played the One Ring once, didn't like it.
I don't like it mechanically.
Well,
As I say,
never played Adventures in Middle Earth because I haven't played D&D in fucking 5 or 6 years now.
yeah, but I mean, actually, Adventures in Middle Earth is in effect an entirely separate game. I mean, the very basic mechanics are very basic mechanics are there, but in terms of spells and abilities and all that kind of stuff, no, it's all been reskinned for Middle Earth, and it's not a bad job of doing that. I mean, I get it. They're but I'm looking forward to their when their Twilight 2000 goes on general release. I didn't back it, so I'm gonna have to wait for it to come out retail. But
I quite like the look of Vesen.
The trouble with Vaesen, and actually, I think it's the trouble with all Year Zero engine games that I've seen, is that it's not built for long-term character. Mechanically, it's not built for long-term character progression, but it sells itself as a sort of campaigny type of game.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll have to put
I
that to the
noticed
test at
this
some point.
in well, I noticed this in. I first noticed this because I played quite a lot of Forbidden Lands, and got to a point where this particular character I was playing, and it was like he was a wolfkin who insanely thought he was a human chivalric knight, and that was his kind of aspiration to kind of go around in armor and sort of take people on, blah blah blah. And I got to the point where the only skills he could get would be like cooking or masonry. Well, what the fuck would he want to do that for?
Right, fair.
And I noticed this about Vaesen. The skill system is very limited.
Really?
And so in terms of long-term advancement, there's not really much there.
Oh, we'll see. Interesting.
I think it will do very well for like mini campaigns, those little 3-4 shot things, something like that, whatever. It'll work really well for. But I just think it's a strange thing because it sells itself as a kind of quite a long form game, as it were, in terms of the plots and how they work and what Vaesen are and all that kind
I
of
would
thing.
like to run a campaign of it at some point to try it out, but I'm gonna wait a while because I just ran a Cthulhu by Gaslight campaign and it's a little bit too similar in that sense, I guess, setting wise and all that for me. don't want to jump right back into a Victorian era game for a long period of time, you know.
Mm.
Said
Mm.
my Cthulhu by Gaslight campaign had 31 sessions, so it went on for 2 years nearly. But
Yeah, it's not it's not it's not a huge leap, is it, to sort of turn of the century Sweden. Yeah.
oh shit! You guys, hope you can hear some fox screaming out here. I hate that sound. Is it mating
It's
season for foxes now? Neil, is it?
they're out. I know they're out and about. If only because I have to stop my dog eating their shit of a morning.
Oh, joy.
Yes, quite.
You got other foxes around too, then I take it.
Yeah. Where we are, sort of in the fens, a lot of foxes, a lot of deer.
Right.
It's a rare day when you don't wander across the fields and see a deer somewhere. Anyway, we're back on me. So camera. Okay.
First time I ever heard that fox call, man, it scared the shit out of me. I thought somebody was getting murdered in my apartment complex. Really, because horrifying sounds. Like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, and almost as bad as the sound when they get a rabbit.
Oh yeah.
Rabbit screams can be weirdly disconcerting.
Mm-hmm. All right. It's funny to me, you know, like standing outside my apartment, smoking a cigarette and listening to fox cries. I live in a city, but I wonder how long I would have to drive, how far I would have to go back when I lived in Chicago before I'd see a fucking fox. Probably a long ways. Drive for a couple of hours, probably. But
And in Europe, they've been adapting to cities for years and years and years. Back in the 90s, when I lived in London, we had a fox that would regularly sort of prowl across the garden.
I did see a raccoon in the Chicago suburbs once.
That's what we have in Florida. We have raccoons everywhere.
Yeah.
We also evidently have wild hogs that run through the
Yeah, those are
neighborhood,
dangerous.
right in the
Be careful.
suburbs.
You want to be careful with those.
Yeah, the first time I saw one, I thought it was a big black dog. I'm like, here, boy, here, boy. I'm like, holy shit. It's a hog. And I ran inside. I think it was huge.
Yeah, you don't want to get gored by one of those. They will ruin your day. All right, let's see here. Mörk Borg. There we go. I think everybody's back. If not, they will be shortly, I'm sure. So, now you guys are over here. We're walking around. Well, one of you was walking around towards the convent, as I recall, and the pit, which is between the convent and the lamentarium. What do you do with this other guy? He's trying to. He wants to go. He's trying to leave.
I want his head personally. I think he's full of shit. I don't trust anybody. Everyone's only bent on one thing, is for themselves. And he's leading us somewhere. He's leading us to death. And I'm not afraid to die, but just not right now.
I personally would like a slightly better explanation for why he's not prepared to go and do this in exchange for his life. It seems to me an entirely reasonable deal.
Does it now?
And this being so, young man, you really better have a better explanation than nah, I don't wanna. Because you see my friend here with picking the bits of flesh out of his teeth. Yes, his will be the last thing. Those teeth there will be the last thing you see. So please do reconsider.
No, it's Joseph. He'll kill me if he knows that I've turned away from the faith. He'll crucify me. Throw my bones to the pickers.
I can assure you, my 30 friends will give you a much more gruesome death than that.
And he's freaking out. He sees Virak like grimacing at him, and he'll turn and try to run away.
Brenta would like to take the femur and just give him a good bop on top of the head.
Okay. Tell you what, go ahead and give me an agility test. See if you can position yourself in which to do so you don't have to chase him down.
14.
14, yeah, you cut him off. You can swing your femur. Go ahead and make your attack roll. He is DR10 to hit right now.
8.
You have an 8? That will miss without any other intervention. Oh, but you have your dog.
My dead dog.
Oh yeah, your dog's dead. Shit, I forgot.
Yeah, go on, throw it at him.
Dog. Oh shit, yeah, I forgot about the dog.
I'd like to spend my
Scratched him
omen
off
so
on the
you can
scrap paper
roll
too.
that.
You gonna spend an omen? Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what works. What's in my favor here to lower the DR by 4, or just to let her re-roll.
Actually, yeah, she only missed by 2. So if you reduce it by 4, then that'll
There
just
you go.
then she'll automatically hit. Okay, cool. Roll your damage. So you're swinging your femur. It's a D4.
That'd be a 2.
That's exactly how many hit points he has left. So you conk him out, and he falls to the ground.
Oops.
Yeah, he's out. You guys can finish him off, whatever. So he goes to try to run away, and the herb master cuts him off, and she swings this femur, still holding her skull in the other hand, and the last remaining of those converts falls to the ground.
Why are plebeians so stupid? I am constantly amazed. And here he looks around at his companions.
What is plebeians? What the hell did you call me?
Oh no, my dear fellow, you are an honourable companion.
So none of these cultists that we know are Joseph that we just killed. Am I right?
No, none of them you think was the leader.
There's what was the back building called that you enjoyed the name of?
Lamentarium. So if you walk around back over that way, you'll see there are 2 guards standing at the door to the Lamentarium. They seem to kind of notice you as you walk around, but they don't really move. They're still standing by the door. The pit between the Lamentarium and the convent, and you still hear some noises coming from inside the convent. There's obviously still some people inside there. But the pit itself, if you look into it, you can see. Let me just double check this. Yeah, it says 4 men tall, so 20 to 24 feet high. And it's dug down into the earth with an open grate at the bottom that seems to empty out further below. There are 4 converts inside the pit. Their bodies look desiccated from starvation and dehydration, perhaps. There's the 2 guards standing at the gates and an unknown amount of people inside of the 2 buildings you don't know. You don't hear any sounds really coming from the Lamentarium, but you definitely would hear voices coming from inside the convent.
I'd like to grab the hilt of the brown scimitar of Galgenbeck and talk to those guards and say, move aside and let me in or die.
We can't do that, they say, and they draw their knives. Joseph must not be disturbed in his reverie, they stupidly say, telling you that Joseph must be inside the Lamentarium.
Okay. Well, they're pulling a knife out.
But they still stay by the door. They're both holding knives.
I'd like to walk up to them and just place my knife into their bellies.
Okay, roll initiative. D6.
6.
Pardon me again. 6, so you go first. Make your attack roll.
11.
11 is a miss. I think. Oh, no, wait. What are you attacking with? Your sword? That's
Yes.
DR10, right?
Actually, yes.
Yeah, so it
Yes.
hits. Apologies. 11 hits. Damage roll. He has no armor.
Four damage.
Okay. You give him a nice slash. Roll D10 for the sepsis if you want.
9.
Doesn't get sepsis from it. That's fine. But you give him a good gash. You take out like 2/3 of his hit points with your one attack. Anybody else want to make an attack before the bad guys go? Anybody else want to charge up and attack these guys, or make a missile attack of some sort? Or
Since we seem to be committed at this point, one way or the other. Yes, I better had.
you are the other melee guy.
Really? Really? Okay.
Well, more so
this
than the
doesn't-
hermit or the priest
I-
or the
So what you're really saying
herb
is it's a
master, or
very
the herb master, perhaps.
yeah. So what you're really saying is it's a very low bar. Okay. All right. I get it.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, 19. No mod, and to hit damage 3.
Damage 3.
And on the principle of concentration of fire on the one that Vorak's already wounded.
Excellent. So he's slashed him pretty good with the brown sword, and you come up and finish him off with the mace. The one guy remains.
Graft is just popping a couple coins, staring down into the pit at the grate.
And
just
maybe
just distracted by the violence.
The 4 people below, they're just kind of lying there still at the moment, in too bad of a state to really react, it would seem. They might kind of gaze up at you emptily, but yeah. Okay, so the one remaining cultist is going to attack. Eeny, meeny, miny, moe, roll odd or even. Is going to attack Mogra. Mogra, make a defense roll.
Okay, so now
you're wearing chainmail, right?
I am wearing chainmail, but that actually
DR
makes me
goes up by 2.
It does, and my agility is -2, so I'm on the DR14 and -2 on the dice.
That's fun.
So I rolled it in total with modifiers of 4, so he hits me.
Yep. Okay. Damage is going to be 2 points minus your armor. So you roll D4, right?
Yeah, I rolled a 4.
Okay, so it does. He hits your armor. He doesn't hit you. Your armor protects you. And we can go with that unless somebody has a missile attack or something they want to try to do, or
I've got
Brenta, or sorry,
could I
Kilner?
perhaps throw Dog's body across over at them?
You could throw a dead dog at somebody, sure. Wouldn't do a lot of damage, but if you hit, it might do some. You pick up the body of your dead dog and hurl it at the guy. Okay.
Yes, I would from a distance.
That's a range attack, so it's gonna be presence based. Go for it. Roll D20. What's your presence?
16 minus 2 for the presence.
Okay, 14. Still gonna hit him. Dead dog. I'm gonna give you a D3 damage. So roll D6 divided by 2, round up.
That would be a 3.
3 points of damage. Nice. What an offense to his dignity as you hurl the corpse of a dog in his face. And do some damage. Take out half of his hit points, in fact. That was a forceful throw.
That was Dog's final attack.
Yeah, indeed.
Oh, he's good.
Kilnak.
He's good. He's good for a few more, surely.
Kilnak, what was your action?
I was going to ask. I've got a collection of small sharp stones. Can I
Ooh.
throw some at him?
Yeah, sure, why not? Small sharp stone, I'd say that does a D2 damage.
All bets are off now with throwing things.
Can I throw multiples?
No. Not really
Okay.
well.
And it's presence based.
Yes.
That would be a 6.
6? Ah, okay. You miss. You throw a small sharp stone and bounces off the lamentarium. And that's the end of that initiative. Yeah. So, Shay, why don't you go ahead and roll initiative for the party this round?
One.
1. Bad guys go first. So he will attack Varric this time. Varric, roll a defense roll.
18.
18. Okay. He swings but misses. And then it's all of you guys. So again, I'll start at the top. Brenta, you've thrown Dog's body over there. He's still up fighting. I'm guessing you're not going to throw the skull. That's your best
Never do
friend.
that to my friend.
No.
4.
A 4? What was this? What were you throwing? You throwing something this time, or?
I'm sorry, I thought I was defending myself.
No. It's your action. I
There's something
apologize.
there.
It's your turn. Do you have an action that you'd like to do? You're muted. Oh, maybe you're not talking to me.
Oh, talking to George.
Okay, sorry.
Well, then I shall go up with my femur and do another good whack.
Go for it.
11.
11. So that's a miss. You did 12. Okay, no problem. He's able to kind of threaten with the knife to keep you back, and so you don't get close enough quite to connect with the skull. Mogra.
Stepping forward, in his enthusiasm, when he plants his foot, when he steps forward and plants his forward foot on the ground, slightly disconcerted to hear the crack of dog ribs as he steps on the body, and rolls a 15, which
That's a
is
hit.
not modded. Okay,
Yeah.
and so that is 3 damage again.
That takes him out. Another skull-crushing blow from the mace of Mogra. And now he's down. And there is no one remaining except for the 4 poor bastards in that pit lying on the grate. The Lamentarium is before you.
Turn to Brenta.
You.
My dear, if you're going to looking down at the dog with the kind of crushed and partially caved in chest, which I've just extracted my foot from, you might want to tie a rope onto it or something so you can retrieve it and throw it again. Yes.
The lamentary. What's the situation with the door there? Easily openable, or what's the deal there?
Yeah, you want to open it? See?
Yeah, I
So
sure
you
do.
swing it open. It's unlocked. Inside, you can see a single bed, an unlit stove, and a malnourished Josef Berguis. He sees you come in, and he stands up, and he says, "The gate protects me from your steeled weapons. Go now. Your doom awaits you."
Did he say steeled weapons?
Yes, he did.
I smile at him and say, "These aren't made of steel."
And he draws a knife and comes swinging drunkenly at you. Roll initiative.
4.
A 4. Okay, you go first.
Well, I'm not going to use my steeled scimitar. I'm going to use my friend's.
Teeth, yes. So roll a d6 to see if he
DR10.
gets the roll a d6 to see if he gets a free attack.
5.
Okay, he does not. So roll your DR10 attack. Melee.
18.
That's definitely a hit. He has no armor. Damage.
2 points of damage.
Okay, you take a good chunk of flesh out of him, and he's bleeding heavily. Did anybody else run into the lamentarium behind Varek, or?
I think
I
as
wouldn't.
suggested, I'm taking maybe some string or the crossbody of my water skin and tying it around dog.
Nice. Improvising a retractable throwing weapon. Very good. So Brenta is out there lassoing up her dead dog. What about Mogra?
I wouldn't say rushing. I mean, what one's military tutors back in Schleswig did say something about the advantage of impetus and initiative and all the rest of it. But really, this is a bit much. I'm still wiping the blood and the hair and the bits of bone fragment from the tip of my mace. I haven't rushed. I'm just behind.
Okay.
Vorak.
No problem. Kilnak or Graft?
Yeah, Graft is tried to deduce if the type of gluttony he thought he was in for is what's going on at the bottom of this pit, and be aware of what's going on at the lamentorium ahead of him, and start making his way over there to assist. And if I can get in there for a short sword strike, make my way around the pit and get into the fray, then I will.
Go for it. Give me an attack roll.
-2 for strength. That's an 11.
An 11 is not going to do it. You needed a 12. Okay. But you're in the room now beside Varek, having kind of moved your way around Mogra, who's, being patient. And what about Kilnak? What were you going to do?
I presume that the lamentarium isn't a particularly big building.
It's not, no. You fit one more person in there. Like 3 people could probably get in there to attack Joseph, I'd say total max. And there's currently 2 in there. No, there's currently 3 in there, actually. I apologize. Although technically Mogra is still behind Virak, so you could get around to Joseph if you wanted to.
No, I mean, it's looking a bit cramped in there. I think
Yeah.
I'd like to try and retrieve my stone.
Okay, cool. Yes, go and find your stone. No problem at all. Give me a presence test.
2.
2? You can't find it. It bounced off the building over here somewhere, and you can't. Your stone's gone.
That is most upsetting.
I imagine Kilnak is very distressed and probably continues to try to find it, digging around in the ground.
Obsessively.
Yeah? Fair enough. Excellent. Then it is Berguis' turn. He will try to stab. Ooh, which one? He'll try to stab Varek because Varek bit him. So Varek, roll a defense roll.
3.
Okay, so he will hit you with his knife. Well, no, not really, right? Because it did 1 point of damage. You have armor, right? So
Yeah,
minimum you
armor.
can reduce is 1. So he hits your fur armor with his knife, but doesn't cut you.
I just smile at that. It's wonderful.
Yeah, and Graft, go ahead and roll initiative for the round.
4.
4. Okay. So you guys get to go first. So we'll go. Brent is still tightening the rope and getting it, set for swinging. Mogra, you're in the room behind Varek. You could try to push one of these guys out of the way if you wanted to get a melee attack in. Oh no, you don't have to push them away, do you? No, sorry, there's only 2 in here. You can move around. There's 3 of you in here.
Yeah.
If you wanted to make a melee attack yourself, you could. Apologies.
Yes, I will move into position to do so.
Logistics. imaginary
right.
theater of the mind logistics.
That's it. 14. I can't remember whether that's enough or not.
That
14?
is plenty enough.
Okay.
Damage?
Okay. 2.
2.
Mhm.
And you had done 2 before. That kills him. So for the fourth or fifth time tonight, Mogre comes in up to a wounded enemy, swings his mace, and finishes it. Josef Berguis drops dead.
That was easy.
And nothing dramatic happens. The 4 poor bastards still kind of lying in the pit on top of the grate. You assume there may still be some people inside the convent.
Maybe not time to collect the heads yet. We make sure everything's clear.
Brenta now has finished her dog.
My dog flail with the femur.
Yeah, it is kind of like a flail. I was trying to
the
think of a
dog.
weapon to compare it to. Yeah, the only thing I can think of are like Oriental weapons where they actually use like chains and stuff, with large spiked balls on the end and stuff. But yeah, flail, that's the closest. Cool. So it's a dead dog flail. Normal flail damage is what? D6, I think. Let me double check here. That'd be good to know. Oh, actually, a flail is D8. Wow, a normal flail, because that's the big spiked ball thing. But you have a dead dog on the end of it. So we'll call it a D6.
Fair enough.
D6. And every time you use it, there's going to be a 1 in 10 chance that it breaks. That because it is just a dog corpse at the end of a rope after all. All right. Cool.
When you say breaks, do you mean burst?
Yeah, that's probably more accurate. Bones spray over viscera, all that. Oops. But he hasn't been dead too long. I don't think he's too gassed up yet.
I think your grace stepped through him, did he not?
Yeah, you did step on his ribs.
The splintered bones are like some added
Exactly.
damage.
It's like the shrapnel from a grenade, Okay.
Well, gentlemen, madam, I see that once again we have come together to formulate and enact my plan perfectly. Excellent. Now, if we can just finish matters, I understand that there may be 1 or 2 of these chaps still alive in the convent. Perhaps we should dispatch them before. And he kind of looks down the pit before dealing with these.
I'll just look to the group and ask, is everybody okay? And I offer up a life elixir to anyone that might need it.
I'm good.
I say, Skull is dead.
I don't know if this is going to help Skull or your dog, and I'll just put the life elixir back in my robes.
As the dog dangles there at the end of the rope that she's holding. All right.
Let's carry on. Let's go kill some more.
You're going to swing open the door to the only remaining room, the only remaining building that you haven't cleared, the convent, yeah?
I'm excited about that.
Excellent. So as the door opens, you can see there are currently 8 converts in here, sitting at a large table, eating a communal meal. There's jars of fresh water resting on every surface. As the door swings open, are any of you actually wounded? Anybody down hit points?
I'm
Anybody standing
good.
in the doorway anyway, down hit points? Because it just affects their reaction if you're wounded or not. No?
Not wounded at all.
We're
Okay.
all healthy.
Oh, they look up and say, please come join us. Are you here to seek redemption?
If in a manner of speaking.
Oh, Excellent. Well, please come in and dine, and then we will take you to the pit of eternal gluttony. Of earthly gluttony, sorry. Eternal gluttony. I like eternal gluttony too.
What's in the pit?
Do any of you require healing?
None of us do.
I say I'm good with a mouthful
Oh.
of silver.
What's wrong with your dog?
Dog is fine. Dog's happy now.
Weird girl
In a-
with a
in a-
dead dog on
in
a
a very
leash and a skull. It's the most fucked up druid you've ever played before, right?
In a very sarcastic tone, I'd like to look over at Prince Magra and say, "Your Grace, permission to eat someone."
Well, yes. If you think you can manage a whole one, by all means.
Leave the head.
So, with that being said, I'd like to. Let's do it.
So they're in the process of moving more chairs around, making sure there's space for you guys all to sit and getting, like there's plenty of food for everybody. And so what do, Varric? What's your plan of attack? Because they're at the moment unassuming. They just assume you're here to join them. New converts.
They're new converts. Well,
they assume you're new converts. Sorry.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, I'd like to take advantage of that, and I would like to walk up to one of them and say, "Have you ever seen a shit sword?"
No. Sounds disgusting.
I'd like to show you one, and I'll take out the brown scimitar of Galgenbeck.
Wow. Yeah. It's a very impressive blade.
Are they looking at it?
Yeah.
I'd like to get it closer to their face and slice a throat open with it.
Okay, go for roll attack.
Oh man, I'm a loser. 3.
Wow. So you're showing.
No, but
I was just trying to shave them.
That definitely deserves the spending of a point to make that come right.
All right, he's gonna spend an omen, so you can re-roll it.
Thank you. Seven.
7. Okay, you need a 10, right? So you missed by 3.
That's correct.
Yeah. Okay. Just seeing if anybody else was going to drop any more omens before.
Sure, why not? We'll give it
there you go. You got
-4.
So that makes it a hit.
Kill knock. Thank you.
Your damage.
4 damage, and I'm gonna roll the if he's not dead, I'm gonna roll the 1 in 6 chance.
Yeah, roll the 1 in 6 chance. He's not dead yet, but
4 on that one.
let's see. There's 8 of these guys. 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. What was it? So he doesn't get sepsis, and he takes 4 points damage. He's badly wounded. All right, and now we go into the surprise is over. We go into initiative. Chris, you want to roll it? D6.
6.
Excellent. You guys go first. So we'll start with Brenta at the top of my screen.
Brenta is going to stay by the door, petting dog, and just not make any moves yet.
Okay, very good. She's reserving herself. So Mogra, you're next.
There's only one way in and out of here, and we're standing in it, right?
Correct. Yeah, they're not getting out of here unless they push their way through you.
Okay, I will step in so that there's at least 2 targets rather than just one. And if there's one in range of my mace, I will
Certainly.
try and strike him.
Go for it.
But I won't with that roll. Missed 7.
Okay. You swing down, he moves, and you smash into the table. A plate goes flipping through the air. Varric.
Okay. Did that guy die that I attacked initially?
No.
Okay, then I'd like to attack him with a bite.
Okay, roll d6.
Okay. 6. Or D6, sorry. Wrong one. 4.
Okay, so he doesn't get a free attack on you. Roll your attack roll. DR10 is
1.
a bite, if I recall correctly. A 1.
1.
Oh, this is something I've been waiting for. I mean, that's a horrible thing to say. Very adversarial
No.
thing to say.
Been
But
waiting for this too.
the reason I say that is because when you roll a 1 on an attack, let me pop it back up here again. When you roll a 1 on an attack, a fumble, the weapon breaks or is lost. Now, this was your teeth.
Oh boy.
So I'm not going to say, well, yeah, no, technically by the rules. So you go to bite. Let me think, how will this work mechanically? So you go to bite, and he pulls up his knife, because they're all cultists, they all have knives. Tropes. Pulls up his knife, and he rams it up in there, like kind of like to block your teeth, like somebody stick a thick rag or a piece of wood in somebody's mouth when they're performing ancient surgery, right? He does that with a dagger, and you bite down, and several of your teeth like break right away, shatter. You are going to take 2 points damage, and that is not affected by your armor. As your teeth, like, just cuts your mouth up real bad, and now your teeth are no longer a usable weapon
My
until they
friends!
heal. They will heal. Like, I assume because
I'll sharpen them again.
Exactly, you're a fang deserter. Maybe your fangs regrow. I don't know, but
But
for the
this
moment,
is like
for the
shaving the
rest of the
mane off of
session,
my
for the
end.
rest of the session now, you can't use your teeth to bite.
Well, good thing I have a shit sword then.
Exactly. Maybe don't get that in your mouth. You don't want to get those broken teeth infected. Next in turn is Kilnak. Sorry, Kilnak. That's easy for me to say.
Can I use my speaker of truths to have a word with myself?
Your speaker of truths to have a word with yourself. Yeah, read me the effect again.
So twice per day, the DR of the next test they undertake is lowered by 4.
Okay. Speaker of truths. I was just wondering if how it was worded. If it said anything about it having to be someone else, or if you can use it on yourself.
So it says, bring clarity to a creature of your choice.
A creature of your choice. Well, you are a creature, so you can do it to yourself. Fantastic. Yes, you can. So that reduces your DR by 4 for your next action.
And then I'd like to wade in and smash somebody with the crowbar.
Sure, go for it.
Well, it didn't help, I don't think.
Really?
So I rolled a 7.
Okay. Your DR would normally be 12. What's your melee modifier?
-3.
Okay, so that brings it down to 4. So you rolled a 4 and you needed an 8. You can spend an omen to make it a success by lowering the DR by 4 more points, if you wish.
Sure, why not?
Okay, so spend that omen and roll your damage.
2.
2. This is the already wounded guy?
Sure.
Yeah, the one that just cut out a bunch of teeth out of your fang deserter. So yeah, you go up there and you finish him off. How does it look?
Just like straight into the collarbone with the hooked end.
Nice. Excellent. And he goes down. There are now only 7 remaining. And it is Graft's turn. A heretical priest.
Graft is going to. I think he's just going to hand off his life elixir to Varric.
Okay, you can hand
And
a life elixir.
And just tell him to take it when he needs it.
Okay.
And back up and draw my short sword if any of them come through the front line.
If you want, and as long as Virac isn't resisting, I would say you could even imbibe it or imbibe him with it. You know what I mean? Like, you know, he's in combat at the moment, but you can go up and like say, "Here, drink this," and kind of pour it into his mouth.
Yeah, I'll do that.
I assume Virac wouldn't resist a life elixir.
Ah, thank you.
You want to roll it there, Kevin? What's the how many does he get back?
It's a D6. I rolled a 3.
So you get 3 hit points back from that life elixir. Well done. And then, oh yeah, good guys went first, right? So bad guys' turn. There are 7 of them. In this room, there are 1, 2, 3 targets, 4 targets. Everybody's in, well, technically you're all in the room, but Brenta's kind of hung back by the door still, petting her dog, and did not engage. So I will just roll randomly with this D4. All right, first attack is going for Graft. Graft, roll a defense, please. DR12, modified
All
by the
right.
champion.
Ooh, I rolled a 5.
You rolled a 5.
Yeah, I'm going to keep my last omen and take the damage. I reduce it by a D2 with my padded cloth.
Yep.
I got a -2 on the damage.
Okay, and I rolled 2 for the damage, so you don't take any damage.
Ha!
There you go. Well done. The next one, that's number 1. Number 2 attacks. Actually goes and moves around to attack. Oh no, sorry, it's not there. So it's gonna be Mogra. One of them attacks at you. Make a defense roll. DR12.
Okay, so that is DR14, and I get a -2. So I scraped it with rolling a 17. I scraped a success by 1 with a 15.
Wow.
All
Okay.
told.
Yep. It misses you. Great. That's number 2. So the third cultist is attacking the priest again. Graft. So Graft, roll your defense against this one.
All right. Oh, this time I got a nat 20.
Ooh, net 20 on a defense. You get a free attack.
All right. 18 -2, 16 on the attack.
Damage.
This is my short sword. It's D4. 1.
1 point of damage. Okay. Grant. That's the third guy. The fourth guy attacks Virak. Roll a defense. Now your DR is 10 when you're wielding the sword, right? Your defense.
Correct.
Yeah.
And yes, and I got a 16.
Nice. Successful defense. No problem. So that was that the fourth guy? That was the fifth guy. This guy then attacks Mogra again.
That's going to be a fail. 10.
Okay, roll
Yep,
your
fail.
armor. I got
And
two,
I rolled
2
it.
on the damage for his knife.
Yep, roll 2 for defense,
So
so
again,
hits the armor.
hits your armor and doesn't do anything to you. And then the last one also attacks you again. So roll again, defense.
Is 18 on the defense, so missed.
Okay,
He missed.
So it does not hit you. Okay, that's all the bad guys. Now it's back to the top of the order. So why don't you go ahead and roll initiative, Neil? D6.
I rolled a 1.
A 1. So bad guys go first. Fantastic. How did we have that lined up before? There was 3 attacked Mogra, right?
Two of them attacked me, and 2 of them attacked. 2 of them attacked me. 2 of them attacked Graft. 1 of them attacked Varric. I think. Does that sound feasible?
Okay, then I'm missing 2 more. None of them attacked Kilnak, did they?
No.
I think so.
I've got 2 more that I can't account for, so I'll just do this here. That would be there's Kilnak, and there is Mogra. So it's gonna be 3 on Mogra, 2 on 3. Yeah, 2 on Varric, 1 on Kilnak, and 1. Oh no, it was 2 on Graft, was it? Sorry, 2 on Graft, 1 on Varric, and 1 on Kilnak. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so roll 3 defensive rolls there, please, for me, Neil.
First one is a fail,
Okay.
and saving 3 on the armor.
Okay, so it does no damage because I rolled a 2. Second one?
Second one is a pass, so he misses me.
Third one?
Third one is a fail.
Okay, I rolled 4
And
damage.
3 on the armor again. 3 on the
Take
armor
1
again.
point of damage.
All right.
I think that's the first
1.
time you've been hurt, right?
It is.
Wow. They made you bleed your own blood.
Yes, well, these people, of course, are naturally unwilling to strike royalty. One has a certain majesty, which, of course, will discombobulate the populace. Okay, right.
What was that? Oh. Was it Unforgiven? The guy talks about
Yes,
how
English.
nobody
English
would shoot
Bob.
a king. Yeah,
That's right. Yeah, English
yeah,
Bob.
that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, I was thinking that's immediately brought to my head. Okay, sorry.
Yep.
Getting off track. George, Varric has 1 attacking him, so you get 1 defense roll.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. Nice. You get a free attack, as well as successfully avoiding the attack that he made at you.
I rolled a 9.
A 9? That's modified 9 total, yeah? Because you only need a 10 to hit.
9 total. So
Okay, yeah, you miss, unfortunately.
Modifications for this, right? There's no modification.
Hold on, your head's turned away from your mic. I can't make out what you're saying.
Oh, there's no modification, right? Just
Oh, it's strength for melee.
okay, yeah, no modification.
Okay, cool. Got it. No problem. Yep, you missed. Fair enough. 1 defense for Kilnuck.
13.
13. That is a successful defense. And then 2 defenses from Graft.
All right, first one is another natural 20.
Wow, you got some nice dice over there.
Yeah, I actually pulled a new one out because I thought the other one was spent, and I
The
guess
second one?
the new one. Second one is a 4.
Okay, second
Not
one's
as
gonna hit.
nice.
So the first one you get a free attack on.
And that's 16 total.
Hits him. Damage.
3.
Okay, wounds him. And then the second one hits you for 3 points damage. Roll your armor.
All right. I'm going to reduce it by 2.
So you take 1 point. And that's all the bad guys. So back to Brenta. You see this chaos unfolding in the Lamentarium as you pet your dead dog.
I'm going to go ahead and use my dog flail and whip the closest one with it.
Nice.
Or perhaps I don't. 4.
You attempt to nonetheless. So if you were to say you couldn't swing a dead dog in this place without hitting a cultist, you'd be wrong, apparently. Mogred, it's your turn.
Yes. So single attack. That's going to be a miss. 2.
Okay. Then we go to Varric.
Natural 20.
Nice. That's going to be double damage. He has no armor to reduce.
4 times 2, 8.
You straight up murderate him.
Good.
He had no damage, and now he's dead.
And another attack, you said?
No. That's your action, right? So, nope.
Okay.
You get 1 attack. I think, yeah. Unless you have an ability that gives you multiple attacks. So, Kilnuck, you're next. You have one of these bastards in your face.
So I guess I'll try and crowbar him.
Go for it. T20 modified by melee. Difficulty
Yeah,
12.
that would have been a hit except the -3, so 9.
Right. Damn, the stats bite you again. You miss. And it is Graft. Graft, you got 2 of them.
All right.
One of them
Graft
is
is
wounded.
feeling good about this confrontation so far, so he's just going to stay in the front and swing his short sword. And I got a 17.
That will hit. Damage.
All right.
This is the wounded guy.
Only
again.
1.
Only 1. Okay, he's still alive. Got it. So that's all the good guys. Bad guys went first. That's the end of that round. So it's to the next order. So why don't you go ahead and roll initiative, Kevin? see if you guys go first or the bad guys.
Got a 3.
A 3, so bad guys go first. Okay. You still have 3 on you, Mogra.
Yep. First roll is a fail.
Okay, the damage on that
two-
one is 3 points, so you take 1.
So I lose another. Yep.
Second one.
Second one is now hang on a second, I've got to work this out. I'm on a DR 14 minus 2. So that's a fail. So I rolled a
Okay.
14.
That one's for 4 points.
I'm dead.
Really?
Oh yeah, I only had 4 hit points and I lost 2 and I'm now on minus 2.
Did you roll your armor?
I'm failed. He hit me. I didn't get an armor save.
No. You always get your armor save when you get hit. You only make
Oh, do you?
the armor rolls when you get hit. Yeah.
Oh, right. Well, I only rolled a 1 on the armor save, so I'm dead anyway.
So you take 3 points. Yeah, now you're dead. Okay, Mogra is dead. So the third guy doesn't have anybody to attack, so he'll turn around and attack Virak. Virak, make a
Your
defense roll.
Grace, come back to life.
He's dead. He's at -1 dead.
I rolled a 6.
A 6, okay. So that's going to hit you for 4 points.
So
Minus
I get to
whatever
roll
armor.
my
Mhm.
2. So 2 points.
So you take 2 points, okay. And then the one that was attacking you originally is dead. So this one is attacking Kilnuck. Kilnuck, roll your defense.
14.
14, okay, no problem. And the last 2 are attacking Graft. Graft, make your 2 defense rolls.
All right, my first one. Agility flat, so that's an 18.
Okay.
Second
doesn't hit you.
one is on the floor. I'm rolling another one. Is another natural 20. Holy shit.
Okay, you get a free attack.
All right. My free attack is 16.
Damage?
3.
That kills him. That's the wounded guy. He's dead.
Man, I'm rolling hot.
So on the counterattack, you dropped him. The short sword, right? You use?
That's right.
Yep, that's okay.
But I'm eyeing that flail that just hit the ground, or what was it? A mace? The rook mace.
Yeah, it was a mace. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at that on the ground right now, getting ready to pick it up.
Fair enough. That was bad guys began the combat. So we go to Brenta.
Make another attempt now that I'm getting the hang of how to swing a dog flail, 16.
16. That's gonna hit. Okay, give me a D10 roll, please. First of all. Oh, you can roll them together. You can roll the D10 and the D6 both if you want, but it doesn't matter.
3.
3 on the D10.
Yes, on the
Okay,
D10.
so your dog flail does not explode. And a D6 for damage.
It'd be a 5.
Ooh, wow. Let's put it on this guy because he doesn't have a target right now. 5 points damage. You almost killed that guy with 1 hit with a dead dog. Not bad.
It just took some getting used to.
Exactly. Next in, oh yes, Mogra died, didn't he? Okay, so next is going to be Virak.
I think we should taxiderm that damn dog when we're done here and keep him around. But I'm going to go ahead and attack with my scimitar.
Go for it.
I rolled a 3. I missed.
Okay. Then it goes to Kilnuck.
More crowbar.
Yes.
That missed.
Okay. And Graft.
If I could grab the mace and swing with that.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
It does, what is it, D6 damage? Yeah.
Ooh, well, I rolled an 11 minus 2 to a 9.
Okay, that's a miss.
But I think I'm going to spend my last omen to reduce it by 4.
Makes it a hit. Okay. Damage?
You
Is
said
it D6, Neil,
D6?
for that? I don't recall if it was, yeah, it was a standard mace, right?
I'm guessing. He just flavored it, yeah.
I think they're D6, yep.
I got a 6.
I will double check that to be sure, but 6. Okay, mace. Where's mace? Mace. There's staff, sword, bow, unarmed, warhammer. It'd be the same as warhammer. D6. Yep. Cool. 6 points of damage. I kill him. Yeah, they don't actually have mace in this core book, but that's fine. Let me see, which one was it? That was the guy here that attacked you. So yeah. Oh no. Sorry, you're over here. That was this guy. So your second guy is now dead, right? So this guy's fighting Kilnock. This guy is fighting Virak. This guy is fighting with Brenta, and this guy doesn't know who he's fighting yet. Okay, cool. It's the next round. No. Yeah, that was Graf's turn, so it's next round. Shay, go ahead and roll initiative. Yeah.
2.
2. Bad guys go first again. Okay, let me roll to see who this guy's going to attack. He has 4 options. Okay, got it. So you have 1 attacking you, Brenta. So roll 1 defense roll. The same guy that you've almost killed already. So
14.
a 14 is a successful defense, no damage, no hit. Virak, you now have 2. The other one that wasn't engaged yet decides to engage you, so you have 2 attacking you.
11.
That's a successful defense because you need a 10, right? And the second one?
Yep. 12.
12. 2 successful defenses. Neither one touches you. And the last one is attacking you, Kilnuck.
12.
12. Okay, you successfully defend as well. Oh, and you know what? Actually, they're down
Good
to 4.
rolls.
I should have done this at the beginning before they attacked, but they didn't hit anybody anyway. It's no problem. I'm going to do a morale check real quick because they're down to half their numbers from when you came in the room. Yeah, actually, these 4 are going to surrender to you. Because you guys, I mean, granted, they did drop one of you, but you dropped more than half of their guys already. So it's up to you what you want to do with them. I assume if you want to just kind of coup de grace them, you can, basically. They'll surrender themselves to you, put themselves at your mercy, begging for their lives. Here in the convent.
Gonna kind of look at Virak and give the nod, but not the forehead down nod, like the chin up nod, and grip up the mace and start charging the surrendering cultist.
Yeah, and I'll join in with the scimitar and lop the heads that he's not lopping off.
Yeah, I'm crushing them.
It's
Pulp
no
or not,
problem.
we can still
It's
cut them off.
Quite easy for you to finish them all off. And you do so. Yes.
I want to grab that dagger that destroyed my teeth, and I want to take it. I have plans for it.
Oh, okay, yeah, you can grab it. It's covered in your own blood. Why not? I want to see if I can swap this out now. What if I do this? Boom. Drop it down here. Even further? No, doesn't matter. Okay, let's just stretch it out. This is the same image you were looking at previously, except that it is now with all the text on it. There's no spoilers. You guys have encountered almost everything so far anyway. Just to give kind of an idea, you can see the insides of the building. So now the convent, the lamentarium, and the church are all empty. I know there's some spoilerific information maybe on there if you can really look close enough to read it, which I doubt. But it's not too important because the gate's destroyed. Josef
I'm on my
Berguis is
phone. I
dead.
can't read any of that.
There are still those 4 individuals in the pit on top of the drain, the Great Lake thing. Other than that, there's nothing moving up here.
After shaking the blood off of the Grace's mace, would like to walk over to the mouth of the pit again and just kind of yell down to the people in there and be like, are you living?
So they're all, like I said, quite desiccated and dehydrated, starved, something. But one of them is stronger than the others, and he panics when you shout down, and he goes and he opens up a little like a gate in the grate that they're lying on, and he jumps down in, and as he dives into through the doorway in this grate, um, you hear his scream briefly, his weak scream truncated by the resonant crunch of bone. The other three just continue to lie there, seemingly unable to move or speak due to their emaciated states.
And how
This
far
looks like
down are they?
They are, it says, let me double check this. The pit, it says
So like 20 or so feet, I believe.
4 men tall and 6 men long. What does that mean, 6 men long? I guess 6 men. Okay, yeah. So yeah, about 20 to 24 feet down to where the grate is that they're lying on.
Just a small voice from beyond the grave before you go much further. Don't forget, I am wearing chainmail and I've got a large silver purse full of silver coins, etc., on me as well.
Fair point. Oh, and also, you could take his skull and say he was one of the converts. It's another 20 silver right there.
How fitting.
Hey, this group has
Extra
been so
skull.
mercenary. I mean, I don't see why not.
I like the idea of his silver pouch. I don't want his chainmail though.
Well, I mean,
I've already
only-
taken his mace. I'm not afraid to strip him of his chainmail if we have a moment for me to. That's tier
Like
2,
I said,
right?
there's nothing moving up here. The only other living things that you see are these 3 bastards lying on this grate.
I feel like this grate's a setup. Like I feel like you go down there and you're trapped, and then you're pretty much fucked after that. Like the next step is crunching bone. I don't like
They did refer to it as the pit of earthly gluttony.
Yeah, your gluttony is going to lead to death.
But that one guy told
Does
me there's
anybody have
treasure.
any
There's a
rope?
king's ransom down there, he said. If he could be believed. Before he tried to run away from you and you killed him.
I don't believe that scum. I want my silver pouch off the dead body of the prince.
Graft is game, but if the chainmail is a tier 2, I would take that before going down.
Certainly, yeah, you can put on his chainmail. Give yourself tier 2 armor. Now, also remember that increases the difficulty of any agility tests that you make by 2. And something else. Was there something else that I'm forgetting?
No, it's 1d4 DR +2 on agility for agility checks.
Right. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I think Graft is going to climb down.
Yeah, you want to start.
Say, everybody else get the heads. I'm going to go check this out.
Oh yeah,
That sounds like a plan.
So, on the subject of heads, if my maths is right, we should have about 24.
Of which? Sorry, 24 what?
Heads.
Oh, heads. I can tell you exactly how many you have. Let's see here. If you've collected all the ones so far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Why do I only count 22? Did I miss
Is that including from the crucified victims out the front plus mine?
No, it's not. Sorry. So if you add the 4 crucified people, that's 26.
And plus 1 for our princeling.
27. Once you throw in Prince Mogra's head that you've collected so far. Now, it's 26 basically convert heads and the head of Josef Berguis, of course, which you were told you'd be paid extra for. So, but did I not hear somebody's climbing down into that pit? Yeah.
Yeah, Graft needs to know about this gluttony.
Okay.
His hedonistic nature is dragging
How are
him
you
down
how are
there.
you going down there? Does anybody have rope?
Hands and toes.
Like old school climbing? Okay.
Yep.
This is going to be
With
an
my
agility
-2 agility
test.
now.
This is going to be an agility
Good luck,
test.
Brother Graf.
What difficulty do I want to put on this? I'm going to see. We're going to call this difficult. DR14.
All right.
Oops. Wrong button. That one.
7.
Okay. So you fall. What did it say? 24 feet? Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, this is Mörk Borg. I'll use smaller dice because it's pretty brutal. You have armor, right?
Yeah, got that new chainmail.
Okay, because you're gonna take
Well, new to me.
You're taking 7 points of damage. Roll your armor.
Oof. 2. So that
You're only
leaves
taking
me
5 points of damage.
That leaves me at 1.
Oof. You guys hear a horrible crunching sound as he falls down and lands on the grate.
Ugh.
And doesn't move maybe at first, and then starts to slowly kind of. Oh, that was a painful fall. And now you're lying on this grate next to the open gate or door, whatever you call it, and these 3 really weak, emaciated bastards.
As I kind of like dust myself off a little bit, I will take my last healing elixir or life elixir, and as I
That's in a
wipe the
vial,
drip
isn't
of
it?
that, yeah, I got 3 doses of it. So you tell me
Yeah,
if I
let me.
still have it.
You just took I'll tell you what. Give me a what do we call it? Presence or agility? Let's call it an agility roll. Give me an agility roll. DR 12. If you pass, it's fine. If you
Nope,
failed,
I don't have it.
you landed on it and broke it.
Yeah, I see the puddle of the healing elixir on my robes, and I ask the guys who are laying there feebly if they have any rope.
They have nothing but the rags they're wearing. Well, they're really not rags, just normal clothes, just like the rest of the converts, basically. So they say nothing to you. They don't even seem capable of speaking. You don't think they're so weak.
So
Sorry, Chris. What'd you say?
I was going to say I'll just shout down the pit to get the heads.
Okay. So the
Before he goes
to
down,
collect their heads.
if he's carrying any heads, I want to hold them.
Well, no. He's not going down. He's shouting down. He said. Is that what he said? Shouting down, right, Chris?
Yeah, shouting
Yeah.
down.
So Kildak shouts down to you there, Graft. Collect their heads.
Yeah. Give me a second. I'll start retrieving them, and I will take
Now,
my short sword and start sawing at their heads.
Yeah, as you get up and move and draw your short sword, you make sure nothing's broken. You can still, okay, I can do this. And you can see through the grate, so you can see down. So what did I say? It was 24 feet down to this point. So just guessing, it's about another 75 feet or so down, all the way to the bottom.
Oof.
And well, I suppose it's actually pretty bloody dark down there. Is there any light? Let me just double check real quick. The depths of creation. You can't see to the bottom because there's no light down there. However, well, maybe just a hint of light because actually the back room where all the treasure is, that you can obviously clearly see on my screen now, but there is some light coming from down the end of the tunnel there, so you might see a little bit of light at the bottom, and you can see movement of something. Looks like animals or something moving around down there, maybe insects or something. Give me a presence check.
All right. That's probably not gonna tell me anything. I got a 5.
Yeah, there's something moving around down there anyway, and you can hear like splashing sounds and squelching sounds.
But I can tell it's a lot deeper than the fall that I just took.
Yeah, yeah, and like I said, because there's a hint of light off the side, you could probably guesstimate that it's about triple the fall that you just fell.
And noting that, I'll proceed to cut off the 3 heads and finish these guys and toss them up out of the pit to the rest of the party.
So he cuts off 3 more heads and throws them up to you. I'll mark those off here.
I'd like to go into to one of these houses here, either the convent or the lamentary, and look for rope or look for anything like that might help get them out or do whatever.
I mean, yeah, you can definitely, even if there isn't any rope anywhere to be found here, you've got like 30 dead bastards. You can use their clothes to make a rope, you know?
I was just going to say, last point out from Beyond the Grave, I'm also carrying a blanket.
Nice.
We can make a prison rope, like
Mogre's
a
blanket,
escape
some
rope.
clothes. Yeah, you can make a rope. 30 dead bastards. You've got their shirts and pants. I mean, or trousers, whatever words you prefer to use. Sorry, pants has a totally different meaning here. Either way, you could get 100 feet worth of cloth strung together pretty much here. Yeah.
I'll tie together the cloth from the 3 guys while I'm down in the pit waiting for everybody else.
Sure.
Maybe tie it on to what they're dropping down.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the 3 of us should start tying together some robes or whatever we got.
Yeah. Yeah, I could say you could spend some time doing that. In fact, the time that you spend doing that, oh no, you need a 6-hour rest in this game to recover, right? Yeah. What the hell game am I thinking of where you can recover after a short... No, it is this game. You can recover after a short breather, can't you? Hit points. Yes. That's something that might not be showing on the primer. Is it? Does recovery show on here? It does. Rest. Catch your breath. Yeah, you guys can all heal D4 hit points.
I will.
So roll D4. And you can heal that many hit points.
All
Unless,
right.
of course, you're uninjured. I don't know if anybody's uninjured. Brenta, maybe? Yeah, Brenta is not hurt.
That's 3.
Kilnak
I
might not
go
be
up
hurt
to
either. Can't
4.
remember if he's been hurt. Cool. Yep. Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, there's like, you just take a quick breather, like a 15-minute
Yeah, I'm
rest,
just
and then
like
you heal
drinking from
yourself
my
back.
water skin while I'm waiting down in the pit.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I mean, it might take you 20, 30 minutes or something to get all these clothes like gathered up and ripped up and tied together. But there's several of you working on it. You know, you got Brenta and Virak and Kilnak and yeah, just 3 of them anyway up top working away on it. Whereas Graft has the other 3 that he's working on down in the pit. So I could say you can, yeah, you easily have at least 100 foot of this makeshift rope made up. This is some real like I don't know, like a fairy tale Princess in the Tower type shit, you know?
Did Brother
I
Kraft,
guess.
Well,
Brother Kraft kill those guys down there?
with a doom metal twist. What about Graft?
Did he chop the heads off those guys down there and throw them
Yeah,
up?
he threw them up to you guys. Yes, you got all the heads.
Okay.
You could have all the heads in a, well, I was gonna say in a sack, but there's 30 of them, so it's probably a couple of sacks. In fact, maybe technically speaking, a sack normally holds 10 normal size items, so yeah, maybe 3 sacks worth of heads you've got collected already. You get paid, son.
Yeah, hell yeah. Hopefully we get paid more. I see a bunch of yellow down there. So I'm gonna throw the rope down.
Okay, and you drop the rope down through the gateway in the drain, I
Yeah,
presume.
I'll
Yeah.
attach my 3 robes worth of rope and continue to help it down
Lowering
through
it
the
down in.
grates.
Sure. No problem. So anybody else wants to climb into the first section of the pit with him can now, easily and safely.
I'm gonna be a little reluctant and lay back and see if these other 2 go down.
Brenta, Kilnak?
Definitely not.
Yeah. Yeah, let's leave the guy called a fanged deserter behind us. I don't think so, son.
Yeah, I'll just yell up like, "Are you guys coming? Or should I come back up there? Are we just gonna collect our ransom, or are we gonna try to see what's down here?"
I don't trust that cultist. You guys go down. I'll wait right here. I'll watch your backs.
I mean, I'm in favour of coming back later. Go back, get paid, come back another day.
There will be no later.
Well, then I'm going to go get paid.
What are you doing, Brenta?
All right,
Brenta?
Brenta's just whispering to Skull about all the possible friends that these heads could be.
Oh my god.
Hey, here's the way I see things. Quillnock, Brenta. 3 of us, 4 of us collect the silver pieces. I'm a dummy, but I know 3 people get paid more than 4.
We start pulling the rope up.
You start pulling the rope up,
Yeah.
Quillnock.
like to
I
leave
like the
port,
way.
to leave Graft in
can
there.
if I see that, like,
Graft, make a presence roll to see if you
yeah,
cop on that they're pulling the rope up.
I don't think I cop on. I rolled an 8.
Okay.
We'll just cut the damn thing with my shit sword.
So at some point you realize, like as the rope comes up out of the hole in the grate, you realize, oh wait, what the hell is it doing? They're pulling it back up. So at that point you can try to react and realize that they're starting to pull the rope back up.
Yeah, I would just try to grab onto it.
Okay. So yeah,
Not without me.
Graf grabs onto the rope and you're gonna cut it, like you said. Are you gonna wait till he gets up partway and cut it, or are you gonna just cut it before he even starts climbing up?
I'm just going to cut it right now.
Okay, cool. Fine. Spares him from taking more fall damage. He cuts it and boom. Now the what remains of the rope, which is maybe about let's see, it was 24 feet down. You're probably 5 to 6 feet tall. It was up a little bit. So yeah, you end up with about 16 feet worth of rope or so in your hands, Graft, as it drops back down to you. As it goes slack and just falls down, you kind of fall back down to the ground, a few inches, not a long fall. And the rope just lands in your arms. You see
I just
Virak
kind of look.
smiling down at you, I presume.
Yeah, I just look at the rope and I sigh. uh, and then I guess I'll just attempt to scramble up the wall.
Okay. So he decides to start trying to climb the wall. Give me what did we do before? Agility or strength? Climbing up. I'm gonna say climbing down is agility. Climbing up is strength. Why not? That sounds fun. So you can
All
make a
right.
strength roll. See if you can try to start climbing up.
-2. I got a 13.
DR's 14. You got any omens left?
Yeah, I am out of those.
Oh, you scrabble up. You get like 6 inches up and you fall. You get like a foot up and you fall.
I'm like, you bastards!
What are you guys doing?
While George's character, what's her name?
Virak.
While Varrock's leaning over the hole where he's been cutting it, Brenta turns to Skull and goes, "Yes, you're right. He can't be trusted," and takes and whaps him in the back with it to knock him in the hole as well.
Nice. What was the weapon? Was it dog? Sorry, you cut out on me
Yes,
there.
my flail.
Oh, your flail. Yeah. Your
My
makeshift
dog
dead
flail.
dog flail. Dead dog flail.
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, give me a roll. I'm gonna reduce the DR by 2 points since it's a back attack. It's a total like shady, dodgy, shitty thing. Plus, you're technically betraying the betrayer, which I like. So
I'm
you're
going to
looking
come
at
watch your dice roll.
you're looking at a DR 10 to hit.
That's a 9.
Oh, it's a 9. Do you want to spend an omen? You can
I
either
do.
re-roll or you can make an automatic success by reducing the difficulty by 4.
I'll reduce the difficulty by 4.
Make it a hit. Okay, so um, D6 damage. Armor for
4 points.
Varek. What'd you
I
roll?
rolled a 5.
You did 5. Okay. What did Varek get?
2.
2. So it reduces it by 2. He takes 3 points of damage. Is he still up?
Does he fall in the hole?
Yeah,
Or is
I'm
he
still alive. I
still
still have
alive?
4 points. Yeah.
Okay. So give me an agility save. Normal would be 12. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna call it DR12 agility test.
I have a -1 modifier there too.
For your agility.
Yeah, I rolled a 9, so 8 with my -1.
Do you have any omens left?
I don't think I've used an omen. I'm gonna say yes. I can't recall using an omen
I don't think
tonight.
you have. Have you? Let me double check. Omens. Deal maximum damage with 1 attack. Somebody did that earlier, but it wasn't you. I don't think.
That with the bomb.
Yep, that's right. Okay. Yeah, no, you haven't used one, so you have 1 omen remaining. So you had an 8, you said, right, on your saving throw, your
Yes.
agility test. So you can reduce the DR by 4 to make it a success. So he's
Okay.
teetering on the edge, but he doesn't fall. He's kind of
Oh.
windmilling and turning around and realizing that he's just been hit with a dead dog.
Ah, damn mate. I'm gonna pull out the shit sword and attack her.
All right,
I'm mad.
Kilnak, what are you doing? What's your action as they're engaging in combat between them?
I'm having nothing to do with this at all.
So you're backing away. Okay, so
Oh yeah.
we're gonna call this individual initiative. We're gonna use that rule for since it's player versus player. Primer. All right, so that is agility plus a d6. So yeah, roll a d6 and modify it by whatever your agility modifier is, and tell me what you get, Shay and George.
5. Don't
4.
lie, Shay. I'm gonna come see it.
Come look, it's 4.
Okay,
And
you
my
go.
agility is 0.
Okay, so you go first, Varek. You got it.
16
Okay,
using the sword. So
that is gonna hit. So she gets her armor. Brenta, what is your armor? D2, or do you have no armor? I can't remember. I think you had hides or fur.
D2 for
Yeah.
armor.
So roll your D2, and you roll your damage with the sword.
I rolled a 6 damage.
How'd you do on your damage reduction?
I didn't know which dice to roll. I was
Oh,
asking.
it's a D2, so you can roll D4 divided by 2, or you can roll any die, just go odd, even. Or
So 1.
Flip a coin. A 1. Okay, so you reduce it by 1, and you rolled 6 damage. So you take 5 damage.
Barely alive.
Still alive, though. Okay, cool. So you take 5 points of damage from his attack. Also, roll a D10 there, George, for the sepsis.
6.
Okay, so she doesn't get sepsis. Sepsis, whatever the fuck it's called. You know what I mean. I think it's
I'm gonna,
sepsis, right? Like when you go septic.
I'm gonna say, listen, I don't want to do this. I do, but come on. Kilnock's gonna get away with all the money.
It's your action, Brenta.
Since he's teetering on the edge, maybe a swift kick to the chest would do it.
Okay, go for it.
11.
Ooh, an 11 is not going to hit.
Okay, if
Do
it's
you have
my
any
turn,
omens left, Brenta? No? I'm sorry, I can't see. It's really small on my
No
screen.
omens.
Okay, cool. I thought you shook your head, but I couldn't be sure. It's like really tiny on my screen. Okay, so no, so she doesn't have any omens to change the result. So we go to the next round. You can roll initiative again. Roll agility plus a d6. Well, d6 modified by your agility.
3 total for me.
6.
Oh, you're first, Brenta. Another kick.
Gonna try and hit him again.
Okay.
$20.
A natural 20 or a modified 20?
Natural 20.
A natural 20. Okay. Wow. So she kicks you, destroying your armor because it reduces your armor by a tier. And I think you're only on tier 1, right? So in the process of kicking you, she kicks you in such a way that it actually tears and finally rips off your armor. The damage on a kick is a D2. So you can roll a D2. What'd you roll? Math.
So 2.
2. Okay.
And
Doubled is 4. And you still had the armor at the time when she kicked you, so you can still roll the damage reduction, the D2.
I rolled a 1, so I'm
Okay,
down
so
to 1
you took
hit
3
point.
points. You're down to 1 hit point.
1 hit point.
Okay. It was a critical hit, so I'm going to call this a difficult challenge on the agility save. Just going to up the difficulty from normal to difficult. So give me an agility roll.
19.
19? Oh, yeah, you try, but he still doesn't
Can
go over.
I,
He maintains his balance. He's got 1 hit
Can
point
I-
left, and it's his. Oh, Kilnock, what do you want to do?
can I spend a moment
You can, certainly can.
to make him re-roll that 19?
Oh, Virak, roll again.
Kill knock! I rolled a 5.
Oh, Kilnock. Virak goes over
Oh
the edge.
shit!
So he like kind of stays stable and he grins and smiles, and then all of a sudden just falls back. You had 1 hit point left. Yeah, he's going to die from the crunch as he hits the grate. Because he's going to take a lot of damage from that fall. Well, I'm going to say a lot. What did I say? It was 24 feet. Yeah, more than enough to kill him. Yeah, he's going to take 12 points of damage.
I say hello to my grace in the underworld.
Yeah, it's sort of like Stardust, you know. We're the two
No.
of us are sort of standing there watching the rest of them, right?
So, yeah, right. So Virak has died.
Varrock hits the grate next to me. I just kind of chuckle a little bit.
Oh yeah, Graft's still alive. Sorry, yeah, Graft. Yeah, so his
Yeah,
body falls in.
yeah, I'm still down in the
and his neck's
pit.
That's right. I forget you're still alive.
Yeah, I'm still down here. And I will scoop up his silver and the silver that he took off of Magra and nervously consume a few pieces and figure out how I'm going to get out of here. Maybe start stacking some bodies.
I can just kind of imagine
body
Brent to say,
ladder.
"Hey, any chance you could toss us a skull?"
I got another skull down here if you drop that rope ladder back down.
So
I'll proceed to cut off Varric's head.
the ball is in your court, Brent and Kilnack. What do you do from here?
Boys from beyond the grave. I have a shit sword and it's wonderful. Just saying.
Oh yeah. His sword's there.
I might add that to the collection. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The what was it called? The brown scimitar of.
The brown scimitar of Galgenbeck.
Galgenbeck. Oh yeah, Galgenbeck is the greatest city in the dying world. It's not too terribly far from like Sarkash and Graventosk, but which we talked about earlier. So yeah, what do you guys want to do? The ball is in your court. You can leave with all these heads now if you want.
Do you want to pull him up?
Brenta says to Kilnock, I'm not really interested in money. I just want another head for myself.
Would you like Vrock's head?
I've got it down here.
say, Joseph's is very nice. I'll take that one.
Kilnuck, gonna let her take Joseph's head?
I mean, we kind of need that one. That's the whole reason we're here.
Well, you could try to take them back to the Lord and see if he'll let you keep it. You could try to convince him, perhaps. That's the only head she's asking for, Kilnuck. That means the other 29 heads are yours.
30 with the prince's head.
Was it 30 plus the prince? Oh yeah, 30 plus the prince. Yeah, I forgot to write the prince's head down. You're right. Sorry, duh. Prince. Here we go. Prince Mogra. You're right. Yes. So you'd have 30 skulls there left, Kilnuck, and you know. What do you want to do? Take them to present it to the Lord, see if he'll let her keep that skull or not. Deal with it there.
Sounds reasonable to me.
The Lord will be delighted that you have eliminated the church and killed all of its members. He will, of course, be sympathetic for your loss. Obviously, you lost a few companions along the way, since there's only 2 of you coming back and there were 5 of you that left. He's probably most dismayed by the absence of the dog.
I hold the dog up just so
Oh,
he can see.
he's even more dismayed by the presence of the dog.
That's great.
But he lets you keep the head of Josef Berguis, the I guess you could say he was a heretical priest or cult leader of his own right. But he lets you keep that skull, absolutely. For the other 30 skulls, you will get 6,000 silver pieces, Kilnuck.
Nice.
And I guess poor who was it was left? Graft left there in the pit.
I mean, I've got at least 3 days worth of food to figure out how to get out of this pit.
True.
I might just drop the armor at some point and
Eventually,
stack
you're able
bodies
to
and
kind of like listening to the sounds that happen inside the pit. You come to the determination those are not insects or small animals down there. You think they're bone pickers. So you're guessing that there's probably a whole bunch more bodies down there because that's what they feed off of.
right, yeah, and I'm not really interested in going down there without a rope after my horrific fall before, so most of my efforts will be to get out, but I'm sure I will never catch up with Kilmec or Brenta.
Right. I think it's probably a pretty good place to leave it. So that was the
That's
Church of the
awesome.
Forbidden Gate. I realized that I made a slight error in running it, but that's not important. Anyway, it was fun. It was cool. Thank you for playing. I'm going to stop recording, but I'll hang out here anyway for post-game chat. Anybody wants to shoot the shit?